Hello, I'm Mindfaze. I'm a co-leader on the Lightning House in Polychampions, and I currently am playing a season of Thundercats, which is the second team. Hello, everybody. I mean, uh, well, there's a couple games that already had that were already marked as a game of the season submission, so we can do some of those and then just randomly go through them, I guess. I don't think there's a set completion order because they were all re-added in a random order basically after the server got reopened. True. Yeah. Again, and if anyone's in chat that wants to see it, we could always just um, that they could request one of their games maybe. Yeah. All right. I'll just pick a couple of replay links and I'll send them to you, and then we'll just start with those, I guess. Coincidentally, all the games that have the game of the season submission so far are games with lightning in them. This is the oh wait. This is what I want. Lightning vs Arctic Wolves, that's a week 3 game. Then there's Ronin vs Lightning, 3v3. Submitted by Ronin. And Lightning vs Ronin. Oh, I didn't mean to open it. Lightning vs Ronin at 2v2 here. And then we can take like a funny Browns game. Let's see. Oh, we could do for Browns. Maybe a fun game is Bandits versus Chameleons because that's the top Browns. So I'll just get this one in here. Right. I have the stream. Oh, yeah, sure. How on earth did that happen? Oh my. Milov is a Milov is a Thundercats player, but he did like he played in season 15 and he was like pretty decent. Like he was a very nice recruit. Then he took a season off. In season 17, he just said, "Yeah, I'm just playing electrons," and he really did well. Like he was way better than a bronze player. So this season he's playing silver. I think he's going 3-1 or 2-2 this season, and has one game in platinum against some of the with and against some of the giants of the game.
Yeah, hello everyone. I've been yapping for the last 8 minutes, but you haven't been able to hear me. But you just gotta trust me on that. Speaking of the giants of the game, I'm seeing in these tribe picks, I mean, some divergent thought. Both sides pick up Jhin, but we've got one core with Hudrik and Quetzal, who Hudrik and Zabasi versus Quetzali and Imperius on the other.
Yeah,
Uh, Just a reminder, I don't know, everyone who may not be as familiar with the Polychamps rules, in the 3v3s, embassies are completely banned. They're a little too strong, a little too centralizing. So Casali and Imperius might seem like no-brainer picks, but maybe
yeah,
not so.
that's not the case for 3v3. Yeah,
So
I think like generally in 3v3, you'll often have that Zabasi is preferred over Imperius. I'm not exactly sure why we took Imperius here. I'm not. Oh, I'm on Lightning, but I'm not directly involved in all the decisions that the team makes, of course.
yeah, but
Like especially like Just Luck and Viking are both better players than me, so I have no reason to interfere with them.
yeah. We're seeing a really interesting split. On 2v2s, the way Tribe Spawn isn't that interesting, but on 3v3s, I mean, honestly, we could be here talking about the way they set up on turn zero and their plans and prospects for like an hour, as if we were playing the game ourselves. Fortunately, we don't have to bore everyone to death. But we do want to talk about it for maybe a minute. Just what I'm seeing here is Lightning side. Uh, this Jhin player is pretty isolated. Conversely, this Hoodrick player is pretty isolated. Not a lot of animals for them unless they're able to
Yeah,
force their way
a
onto
lot of
the
fun.
city, which seems pretty possible, solo against a one Jhin player. But the big thing I'm seeing is that these guys, if they're able to run up a defense, they have this whole area over in the east to expand into. Whereas the Ronin side, they don't really have all that much room.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think the onus is on Ronin to, kind of make something happen in this game. Standard stuff, getting workshops, second
yeah,
warriors, if not. Yeah. First big thing I'm seeing is this movement right here. I think that the Jhin player
yeah,
has a pretty good chance of picking up this village now,
yeah.
which is one of the big concerns I had looking at it immediately. This Jhin player, fantastic density.
So interesting. The Shin player in the south does choose to go for the other village first. I don't remember why that was. Maybe they were scared of the archer in the fog.
Yeah, maybe, but doesn't seem well. I'm looking at the tactics. Uh, we just have to see how things work out.
Yeah,
Yeah, quick farming pull from Just Luck versus some giants, maybe.
yeah. He's got
And
quite a couple farms on his
yeah,
capital.
like mining here, I don't feel I need to explain it like level 3 forge,
Yeah,
level 3 forge, level 3 forge.
yeah,
Fantastic. Yeah, mining. Similar reasons down here. But yeah, let's see how Merkaba plays around. Wow. Thinks of a nice Explorer Ruin. Not Explorer Ruin. Explorer on Capital.
Yeah.
and then riding in order to kick him off that village. Yeah, no, this is the most forcing way around here. Like, you heal, you get killed. Same as with an archer. You walk away, uh, probably the only thing you really can do, because killing that warrior just gets the rider step on that village. No time
Yeah.
to set anything up. So yeah, very forcing, very scary. But yeah, I think
And
I'll
just some more upgrades
take
here.
the end of this turn 4, pause, take a break, figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
See some conflict over here. Another nice explorer. Maybe I'll go ahead and even turn replay fog off after this. Or I'll
Yeah,
check.
probably after we've evaluated the position and riding again.
Yeah,
So that's all three
this
Ronin
way.
players going riding.
Yeah, they're trying to be speedy, I guess. They cannot allow lightning to go ahead, pick up that village. But yeah, it walks back, goes for the defense bonus. Does not quite matter unless this Jin player can pick up roads. So, time out for a second. Um,
Yeah.
this
Er,
theoretical space advantage that Lightning had earlier in the game uh isn't materializing as much when, they are trapped in a corner, but in the space where Imperius has like 3 villages and are seeing 2 of them, like 4 villages for this Jin player.
yeah, that's great density up there.
Yeah. This is a bossy player. He might even get bizarre on this. I shouldn't say this is a bossy player. I should say PewQ here. Um,
Not just any Zabasi player.
yeah. Now, of course, they have a lot of fighting left to do to make that materialize, but they've got writing, they've got the number of villages. Like, Roman players got the better uh, of this interaction down here against the Jin player. It was interesting because, I mean, both players were like a little too frightened to send their first unit down into this corner over here. And I'm not sure if they like what all the information they had. Like we know that Jin gets the mountain
Yeah,
vision here, can see these Hoodrick tiles, and like you suggested, maybe a little scared of that, just tries to go for the guaranteed second village. But the Hoodrick
yeah,
player ends up sending the archer away. Uh, all these complications. Hoodrick ends up being the player who's actually going to pick that up. So if like I guess turn a little more attention to lightning. The big thing is that just like here, just doesn't have all that many villages. And Viking
yeah,
has this, solid set of villages in the center of the map, but a little too
yeah.
slow to push way further. This is pretty
Yeah,
close
it's
to the
gonna
same
be
density as Jin, but
be a defensive setup for him probably because there's both Hoodrick from the south that'll avert some pressure, and then Sabasi of course has Katsali as their main target.
uh, it's actually really funny. No explorers over here for PQ. He's going to
Not
get
yeah,
his
that's
explorers though, but
yeah for sure. Yeah, there's no point taking the explorer into his teammate in the south village really.
yeah,
Then
no, it's
on the next
crazy. Like, look at these, unclaimed villages for Zabasi. I'm just claiming them for Zabasi because if Zabasi's the one who gets them instead of like Jin, that's Grand Bazaar. Yeah,
yeah.
but
Also, that's an awful village there for Sabasi. So few farms in the north.
yeah.
Although
Got the one
I
farm
guess
here,
he
none
doesn't.
here. Ooh, this
Yeah,
this city's ew. Not even like a single fruit, not an animal.
yeah,
Oh man. But yeah, in this same space here, look at Imperius. Look at the villages.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
are the
That's really a
villages?
thing. Yeah, that's. I think that's like I think that's what Lightning realized. Like from reading the channel early, they realized, oh, we probably have a city advantage because there's this big space behind us, but then there's just four
Yeah, it just does
villages.
not materialize. So yeah,
Yeah,
we got Ronin. Like we're gonna play aggressive, tight tactically, make something happen. Um, Lightning maybe feeling more confident, being able to rest some of the laurels, and then absolutely flips. And by turn 5, it's evident that Lightning's position maybe not as solid and secure as we would have expected opening up. So yeah, Hoodrick won this interaction, but now we've got some fighting for the ruins mostly. Like who's going to grab this one? Probably Quetzali. Zabasi
yeah,
can make something happen though. This village, probably between Quetzali, Shin can go ahead and help out with some pressure over on this city,
yeah.
make them defend more. And then
Yeah,
these
exactly.
villages,
Force them to
it's
defend there and then
yeah,
try
this
to
is a
get
question
Quetzali
of
into the village.
technique. How quickly is Imperius going to be able to expand out here? Because if Imperius can grab all these villages, become an absolute powerhouse, uh, that's obviously very good for them. It's also a question of technique here. When are we going to pick up this village? When are we going to pick up all these giants? And what are we going to do with them?
But looks like Lightning is definitely aiming for a giant there on Imperius.
Absolutely. You get a nice, uh, nice explorer, lots of stars. Goes straight towards
Ooh.
Zabasi too.
On
And
Woodrick.
oh, okay, hold on. It just meets everyone except this one player on the exact opposite side of the map. That's what
Yeah,
you want
that's
your
a
explorers
massive
to do.
explorer. Yeah,
Yeah, stars from everyone going to just get some upgrades like turn the Smithy very soon, I'm sure.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh, so runs back to get the lighthouse. I mean, the lighthouse population is a little East Park would not be happy, I guess, hanging population here. But not getting ready to, set up siege or anything or play more aggressively here. Find that I wasn't expecting that, I
I mean,
guess.
well, I guess they figured even if they did
Yeah,
siege again, there would just be the unsiege.
yeah. The tribe of archers unsieging and it not being a good trade for you. So yeah, just going after the population when it's convenient. But yeah, there we go. We're seeing the Rider Roads.
Yeah,
It is a little bit of time before this village, but yeah, the Riders, the roads. Yeah, Viking isn't even gonna step on the ruin. Ooh, construction for the giant. Yeah. All right, solid. I mean, the farms are a little bit lacking, but oh yeah, the Jin Riders. So you have the, Hoodrick Riders. What does Hoodrick do? Ronin says Hoodrick gets Riders. What does Jinji do?
yeah,
Ronin says Jinji gets Riders. What does Zabasi do? Well, everyone says that Zabasi gets Riders. But
yeah.
yeah,
Well, even
they steal
then,
this village
like
of Riders. They steal this village of Riders.
even with Sabazi, if possible, I'll always try to like if it's possible, if there's a construction giant, I'll just rush that.
Hmm.
It's, like I guess that's the Korik in me.
Yeah, nice climbing for this one ruin. Doesn't need to kick hits all the way off here. And it's already like we're looking at, Lightning's position. Like, what's this Jhin player doing? Gets a giant here.
Yeah,
The giant's nice. The giant might help out here. But what is forestry mathematics really good for the Hoodrick player? What's the
yeah,
units
but
that counter
he'll be
giants
slower to that.
that Hoodrick has?
Yeah, Woodrick will be slower to the giant though because they've
Yep,
invested in two rider roads. So while Junji has been going straight for the giant pretty much from the start, just
absolutely.
making some warriors.
Yeah, the big thing is like just even on just two cities, like two level 2 cities, like you got your population cap of like 6 units that you can have on both of them. Even if one of them is a warrior, you got 5 archers.
Yeah,
5 archers team up on a giant, that's 2 turns and it's gone, vanished.
yeah,
And we
exactly.
haven't seen the giant here yet.
Oh, here's the second one. Both coming from Lightning.
Yeah. Both fighting players with the Giants fast, Park of Fortunes, trying to play. And again, this feels like, echoes from the very early game. Like, we've got space, we can play like this. And Ronin's like, we gotta play fast. But the
Yeah,
Ronin's like still capitalizing on it because there just wasn't that space for like a, slow giant plays to happen. I mean, yeah, getting the giant then supporting it with archers, trying to push into Jin, like steal a city. Like these are all plays that, would have worked if not for, the density that gives like these crazy forge spots
yeah.
everywhere. Because like as soon as we see the forges pop up, like
There's
what's
also
happening?
like there's yeah, all the forge spots are coherent enough as well that they can just start with markets at some point.
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple level 6 markets to be placed. And here
And then
comes
like
the giant.
yeah, every lightning player with the turn 7 giant
Yeah,
and on the lower point tribes, they're all gonna try to steal, try to use their giant, push in, steal something. So Ronan played aggressively, and the reason it's aggressive to steal space with Rider Roads is because your opponent can always retaliate with their giants. This isn't new theory or anything, but it's just the way the game is played. You've got riders and roads, they get a giant. What is your rider going to do? You're going to sacrifice 10 of your riders. If they can't turn, that star deficit, sacrificing 10 riders into one giant, the killer monument you've no doubt given them, into like taking a city or something. Pretty embarrassing. So you got to figure out some other way to deal with the
yeah.
giants. So they did
I
gain some
mean,
space
getting that
early on.
extra village. Yeah, there's the extra village that will get them more archers and more
Ooh,
firepower to deal with the giant. Oh yeah,
ooh.
that's massive.
Yeah, massive. No, sorry. But yeah, he's going to looking at it like, even just the farm there, but of course we're not going to go upgrade with the farm. We're going to upgrade with roads.
Yeah.
See, one thing I'm looking at is
Didn't he-
this peace treaty. Like, no stealing this,
Yeah,
no bazaar. But
yeah,
maybe
that's an
he's
interesting
feeling that
point.
he's going to get the bazaar over here on Tectal. I don't think so. Like,
Yeah, no, it
against
isn't.
the, Quetzale player, the city's still level 2. Yeah, that feels like we're gonna see a, wall defender there. But
Definitely.
not really needing it. Just
There's the
I
first
mean,
catapult.
yeah, these two players have, 5 cities each. Well, after this turn, after this capture. Five
Yeah,
cities for Zabasi, 5 cities for Jin. And if we look at the entire enemy lightning side, after this capture, of course, we've got 8.
yeah,
It's tough. It's tough. But so getting giants and using the giants to make sure that the range units, the catapults, the archers, stay safe. Trying to make a big push with the ranged units. This used to be very common. You'd see like when roads were only 2 stars, like you rush out your Grand Bazaar, you only have riders and roads, like no ranged units of your own or whatever.
yeah,
You just
exactly. And
use
that's
your 2 monuments, get some giants, and your giants are the only thing helping you defend.
yeah, and that well, that's I think that may be mirrored in this game still, also because like I think POQ he was like around season 12 to season 14. That was when Ronin got all those wins. That was when POQ was taking 10 games a season, and after that he's
What?
gone down on his game
What?
count. So maybe it's just still that part of his gameplay, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, look at this tech tree.
yeah.
Like, this is nonsense. Like, this is the most dominant player on the map. I mean, maybe the Jin player is scarier, but yeah, he's just
Well,
like,
I
I'm
don't
gonna get
know.
construction trade. I don't know.
Yeah, Junji, at least Junji's under pressure, but Subasi's just can just go full on
Yeah,
attack.
he's chilling. He's like, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna send everything into this Quetzale player. Maybe going to have some difficulties, of course, with the ranged units actually pushing, but I mean, the thing is, Ronin doesn't need to push anymore. Like, they got the space.
yeah.
Yeah, all the onus is on Lightning to make something happen, and Yeah, this is
Yeah,
disgusting.
all these giants are just gonna come in time to defend.
Yeah. Okay, those are just meeting stars. I was like, wait, did Jin get a star rune from the Quetzali defender? What? No, no, that's just meeting stars.
Yeah,
But yeah, not just one giant, but two giants. Push everything in. And yep, we're gonna go ahead,
yeah,
see mathematics. Of course, that's double duty. Whew! Yeah, no climbing, stays on the ruin there.
yeah.
But
Smart
no, not
play.
surprised to see a catapult here. Yeah, picking up the sawmill here early, so that after it gets killed by this warrior.
Yeah, I guess it's just because if lightning just decides to kill that 6 HP warrior, then they wouldn't be able to drop the summon there, or they would, but they would first need to commit their archers to killing the warrior,
I
and they
mean,
just
yeah,
yeah,
same idea of both these resources they've harvested. This one's
yeah,
going to get killed. No sawmill. I already have the sawmill. You're going to step on it with your giant. I already have the lumber hut. We've got a chat that points out that the Quetzali terrain is weird. And
yeah,
yeah, I don't have a better word for it. I mean, it's like split between the Imperius and Jin, and it just very thin all the way to that
yeah.
lighthouse.
I wonder if like the village in the east is that well, there's no way to tell if that's gets the Chinchi or Imperius terrain because they have the same soil.
All right, actually, at the end of the very end of the replay, I should be able to click around and figure out.
Uh, Well, even then, I don't think that's possible because Chinchi and Imperius have the same soil color as well.
What? That's
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, I have the archery defense bonus, force defense bonus here. I'm gonna push in my giant. I'm gonna chip away at yours until I can siege.
yeah.
Trying to ask him like, what are you going to do? But what he's going to do is use the
More
trillion stars
giants.
I have. Uh, get a gorillion giants of my own. It needs to. I mean, big thing is it's this giant. Good for your own games. This giant's the one that's creating everything. He stays here. He body blocks. What you want to do against archers is you have to be a little prophylactic. You have to have some active counterplay. You get your riders up, you smack those archers, they're not a problem. The giant stops you
Yeah,
from smacking the archers. They, line up 10 of them, 12 of them. They take away all of your giants. You don't do any damage to theirs. Suddenly they're a problem. But,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Chinchi's more than has more than enough tools just to stop the giant from advancing and just keeping the archers at bay like that.
yeah, if he
There's
just
also
puts, 3 giants
yeah,
up, kills it, then starts
there's
going
just
after
one
the.
giant in front of the archers, so like he can line up 3 max before they start getting hit by riders
Mhm.
that just move around the giant, even if Chinchi wouldn't want to kill the Imperious Giant, which they just easily can do next turn because there's 3 giants right next to him.
Absolutely. And I like this. The little warrior that could just going around the perimeter of the map. I mean, let's look
That's
at Just Luck's vision. Now, even if he
yeah,
can, yeah, this warrior just
no,
no clue about it. He's a workshop guy. He likes his economy. That's what he's been playing for. Like, I'm gonna expand to the east and play for that space. Yeah, the
yeah,
region does have some nice market spots, as you point out, Pugs. But even if he does do this, is he going to, move his archers in a completely unnatural way? Like out try to, guard the perimeter of the map to stop him from getting that ruin. When, as we've been talked about, Lightning's got to make something happen here. It's tough.
yeah,
So, yeah, Giant 4 on turn 9 for the, aggressive rider, uh, Jin strats. Going after the defense bonus. And this is the thing about, later giants. Your giant can be later than the opponent's. If it's only by a couple of turns, you get your other giant right after. They can't attack it. Like he can attack. he attacks, gets chipped away by the archers. If the
Yeah.
archers were already doing a good enough job, um, taking out the single giant, a couple giants took two giants. They're a little later, but he can defend. He's got
I
more
do
cities.
wonder. I do wonder. Has Hudrick? uh, I think they only made one or two riders in
Yeah.
total.
I remember the one rider that
Because
sieged here, and it helped him with the roads and mobility, of course. And
yeah,
then
for sure. And
that's all they
it's
needed.
yeah, it's all they needed to lock the village, and then after that, you don't need the riders anymore against the giants. Just commit to the archers.
Yeah, and we're seeing the swordsmen are nice. Like, they're trying to if you pull your archers in closer to try to deal my damage to my giant, swordsmen come up, pick up some clean kills. The other thing is that they're expensive. So now that you want some like ranged units to deal with the Hudrick giants, where are the stars coming for Jin to do it? Now it's not too bad. They do have some, two level 5 cities. So, the
Yeah,
price their income compared to the tech costs really nice. They can go ahead and pick that up. But it is money.
and here's the first knight
Whew.
ready.
Yeah, we see the catapults and immediately all our
And
instincts are saying, get the knight, get the knight. And yeah, definitely a wall here for sure.
I think Lightning does have vision on a knight from Quetzali. Maybe we should check that.
And I mean this movement, wall and then like defender out west. One,
Yeah,
no
here.
roads for
Yeah.
this giant to come in. Slows that down. Unless, take those negative damage trades. Think about these damage trades which are negative. They don't benefit the Zabasi player, like rider, warrior kills. And then you've got like these three riders that are basically out of the game with like 2 or 3 health. At least for a couple turns while they heal up. The Zabasi
Yeah.
player is probably fine with it. Like kill this defender, they get their, a giant in. Maybe they don't want it in range of this catapult immediately. But if it opens up the way for them to like chain through these
Yeah.
archers, Quetzali has no way to like actually damage these rioters. So they just leave and then they heal for a
Yeah.
bit and then they come back right into the game, strong as they ever were.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's another
And
Justice
because
point.
of the amount of riders the amount of cities Subasi has, they can just like they can afford a few riders sitting around and they'll still be up units all the time. Because they can
Mm,
just train like Quetzali can each turn train one offensive unit while Subasi can train five.
yeah. So just you don't want to be on the side for Quetzali. Like you're playing defensively, you want to be like up in economy or like able to, build some attack like better than your opponent. If you're in this kind of situation, you got 3 cities, they've got 5. You got like a couple level 3 cities, like they have a couple level 2 cities at the lowest. Both have like a level 5 city. They're still up in eco. They're still up in like most relevant things. Is you like what are you defending for? Now, of course, in a team game, you're defending for all your teammates. But like 1v1 here, these guys, they're pushing for every initiative. They're pushing for
Yeah,
every advantage. Every turn that income advantage accumulates.
yeah,
Ooh, it's just like finally picks up an explorer. I mean, I say finally, but it's not as
and it
if
just goes
I
all
was
the way
going.
back.
It's not as if I was expecting him to pick up one on his capital or anything. Uh,
Yeah,
and you can already see
but
like,
it does go completely the wrong way. It doesn't meet Chinchi or Hudrick. It went all the way in the
yeah,
back.
yeah. I mean, there are two big schools of thought. One like writers, get your writers first, and then you can get your giants afterwards. I mean, that's the kind of thing we saw with Hodrick here. And then the get my giants first. Build like strong push. Steal a city from. Hope the push is strong enough to steal the city, and then do that. And the thing is, like the all the pushes that we've been seeing, uh, they're just not materializing in the ways that you would want them to be. Like
Yeah,
Quetzali isn't really scaring the Sabasi player. The Jin down here isn't really scaring the Hudrick player. And I mean, okay, this is just like absolutely ridiculous, like nonsense. But the advantage for the Ronin side is that they've already claimed all their villages. This corner, Imperius has not claimed all these villages, and their capital was pretty far away from over here. But yeah, no doubt with riders, it'd
yeah,
be at least just like stepping on these cities right now. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see some like trying to pick up those nice damage trades and trying to get this
yeah. The
archer
giant
active
just
in the
gets
game.
sandwiched. Yeah, and there comes the
Ooh, yes, yeah, broke
cloaks. That's
piece.
also a
Yeah,
trademark
that's
of
for the
TQ.
cannibalizing. Feed the rich, he says.
Yeah, that must be for the bazaar. Yeah,
Yeah, imagining a bazaar, and then also you can just grab the like there's a farm here. Oh darn, yeah, with a forge it loses this 2 pop, so let's figure out some other I don't know, construction and roads. Oh yeah, just farm roads and then bazaar is a giant there. He's got ways. Ooh. Yeah, he doesn't need to
yeah,
prevent him from picking up the road like that. Just goes in with his rider. Dealing with the swordsman. Again, the swordsmen are nice for dealing with the archers, but not if they're like body blocked like this, and the only one has that nice defense bonus. Mathematics for catapult.
yeah.
Yeah, setting up. It deals some damage. Then goes into archers. Yeah. And now the catapults feel silly. They're
Yeah,
like,
just
oh yeah, we've
trying
got
to.
this rough terrain, we've got this zone of control. And the archers say, I don't need to go, all the way up and touch your catapult. I don't need to breathe on your catapult to kill it. They're also going to help out with the,
Yeah,
defenders and giants, of course. So yeah, waiting a turn before you can go ahead and siege here. Ooh, nice star ruin. Yeah, I want to see what just like chooses to do with these, unexpected stars. Yeah, riding is nice. Climbing.
I mean,
Yeah.
you'd want to like. I think you figure at this point the attack isn't working out, so you want to look at a late game. But the market spots for
Mm-hmm.
Imperials, they just aren't quite there. There because of all the disconnect between all the villages. There's just
Yeah.
very little room for good market spots.
Okay.
Like,
I didn't I didn't take note of this when it happened last turn. But yeah, I mean with all the stars in the world from these high level cities, once you get the, like turn 9 you get all your giants out. Yes, you're gonna get muted for spamming. You get all of your cloaks up. You get all yeah, you get your forges, you get all your giants, you have your high level
yeah,
cities. You have all the income in the world. You've met every player of those godly explorers. What's he want to do? And he wants cloaks. Like he's got riders,
yeah.
tech
I
into
mean, it really
roads.
makes sense here. It
Like
just like holds very little area control here. There's no right. Well, the riders will have to help out, of course, but the cloaks just have a very clear path to hitting the city, especially because the giant is now retreating.
this one city, yeah. Like because like yeah, the giants retreat. You just need to get, some like be able to have a cloak in any of these tiles of your own cities, and then it lands on that capital. Big juicy capital. Lots of daggers, lots of income stealing from just luck. Big thing I want to
Yeah,
see though is okay, a pop ruin. I mean, like, yeah, pick up some roads, just get another giant. Why not? Ooh, a
yeah,
suicide. Oh yeah, suicide's that so that it can go ahead and pick up. We want to be fast about our attack here on just luck because we want to set up space for our cloaks really quickly, and it's always nice to be. I mean, so there's like 3 fronts here. Quetzali's pushing. Going after this Chagu village, which they block this. I mean, even if they block the farm, it's not the end of the world because even if like if Jin just drops them a level 2 forge spot, then like roads.
Yeah.
That's a giant here. Then get some archers, perfectly defensible, I'd say. But you'd have to be
Yeah.
worried about that, like these giants coming in. This is like the one place where I'm like, slightly concerned because everywhere else defending. I mean, just stealing. Like, I'm gonna steal this from my own
Yeah.
teammate and then like, get my knights like spam them through, so that they can't train
Yeah.
any of these
Yeah. Just
riders
like a path.
effectively.
Yeah, it's both a path to Chinchi as well as a path like around the back into Katsali. And even into Imperius maybe if they get the vision eventually.
Yeah. But like three big fronts and winning on all of them still important to play accurately and make your like convert your advantage quickly because I mean that's what separates the pros from the not pros.
Yeah.
Yeah, desperately trying to make sure that Puki doesn't pick up any more cities. So yeah, some nice roads into markets, and I mean, it's really the one market. Where else we're gonna see like a
Yeah.
market up here with like mathematics? Mathematics probably not happening.
Yeah, so that's then like investment cost return on settler cities is very low for a 10 stars per return. 7 from this market and a 3 from the other. But it's just not
Hmm.
enough.
Yeah, because I mean, it is a question always of you've got the stars. What are you doing with the stars? Because stars don't win you the games. The units you train with stars do. And now you can get like whatever unit you want after this like brief pivot into markets. But the question
Yeah.
is like what's saving this position? Or they've got pushing knights like no catapults. I mean, doing a pretty solid job
Yeah.
picking up the good damage trades here. Not letting the archers push
It's
against you. But that's defensive play at that point, and you're not defending like two cities against three when they've got the ranged units.
exactly. Yeah, you need to
Um,
break through somehow and you can't just sit around.
yeah,
There's the
like
gate of power.
I want to highlight this because how close are you on your gated power? Yeah, at 4. Like they
Yeah, that's the
that's what
archer
the archers
efficiency.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can just attack. One of the big things about catapults, or at least I found this interesting looking at it last turn. Catapult just smacks here, but perfectly sensible. Like, it's enough. Of course, you're going to do this kind of play because pop capped and then just pick like pushes out with a
Yeah.
giant. Like one of the big things about catapults, they're bulky, difficult to maneuver, kind of tricky. Like once you get it, you want to just be shooting with it immediately. But you don't want to prevent yourself from just training any other units ever, and then where's a safe spot that you can have it for like the next couple of turns that it's still in range of your other cities. But bypasses that, circumvents that completely like this. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, just set up that beautiful chain. Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, that's well played.
gets his own killer monument off that
Yeah, you could.
overgrowth. Starts
Yeah,
picking up
we
some
can
more
remember
giants.
the week.
Yeah, archers and knights just everywhere.
Yeah, it's more giants, more space, and it's Chinchi set up exactly enough damage on that giant so the Sebastian Knight could get through it.
Hold up, what was wait, what was
Here's
the
the P.
peace treaty between them that he just broke? Was that like
I think the
a
peace treaty has been turn 6. I think it was maybe to get meeting stars to just like.
right? Okay, hold on. I forgot that for a second I was just blinking that Viking and Just like were on the same team. I was looking at it like, wait, he's been he's been at peace with him that whole time. Well, his giant's in range of that catapult now. Sorry, I was just absolutely losing it.
And
Man, so
there is the market trying
and
it.
there you go. That's what it was all about. That nice chain. Push your own giants forward, but like as if the four giants that Jin's pushing in here wasn't killer enough. Go ahead and pick up some cloaks too. Yeah, I'm a big fan of cloaks. I think yeah, it is known, one might say.
Yeah. Also, it's funny how the Sebastian United just right in the middle of Hudrick.
Mm-hmm. And now it's finally in range of these two riders can actually die.
Yeah.
Yeah, still playing on like picking up some nice border griff cities, but the big thing is like launching the defense here around this capital.
Yeah.
Like yeah, breaks piece to
And they
try
have
to
like
cannibalize.
Imperials they have no clue that there are cloaks coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is just trying to see if there's any potential for a late game in here.
Yeah, I
Well,
it's tough.
I think it's obvious pretty quickly that they get cloaked and they don't have knights up. There's
I mean, like
there's just
even
no
just
way of
this
holding that.
turn, like you kill with the giant. You get cloaked again. You get hit by all these daggers. Even like the giant moves in. Like the other cloaks start pushing further for like Momus or like Tizzle or yeah. Good Chivalry himself. Ooh, doesn't go after the knight. I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted to see that. I'm feeling yeah. It seems as if. Yep, yep. I'm seeing a chain here.
Yeah,
Yeah, not the
yeah,
craziest
that's
chain
just
in the world, but like when you have everything working for you, the
they
tactics
do
start
get
working for you too.
yeah.
So
This
surely it's
that's a
at this
long turn
turn.
for Sebastian.
Yeah, so
Like if he can
Zabasi
just
Puku
pause and
goes.
compare the length of the turns.
Surely Puku goes here, and then like we see ping. Okay, we resign. GG. Well played, everyone. Right? Oh my goodness. And then the
Yeah,
carnage
I
doesn't
just opened the
stop.
yeah,
Okay.
they resigned after this.
Yeah, but. Yeah, that was. Oh man, that was tough. That was tough. I mean,
Yeah,
absolutely
there
well
may have
played
been a
from both
couple.
sides.
Yeah, I do think like missing like it might have been the wrong decision for the Chinchi in the south to go for the eastern village first. Because if they had gotten
Yeah.
control of that village between them and Hood first, it could have been a different game.
Yeah, because I mean, like, just getting the giant here on this city, uh, like it wasn't going to happen. Like, I'm imagining, like a level 3 forge here, like just push out all the giants. Like imagining this same game, like,
Yeah,
it's still tough because like what happens down
yeah,
here is largely independent to this stuff that was going on over here.
yeah, exactly. So you can yeah, so maybe you
I'm imagining a
I mean
version where
maybe
like,
you
Jin
can like
kills
that
this
hold
Hoodrick.
out a bit more for a late game.
Yeah. Or like
Yes,
you
so
can
maybe you get in
unsiege
a position
here.
where like Imperius just holds the front and just builds markets, and maybe you get into a late game. But even then, there's the markets. Like Sabasi can start burning and get markets, and Chinchi has some good market setup. So in the late game, yeah, you probably just the cloak pressure on the Imperius capital, which just gets so intense. So even then, it
See.
probably wouldn't have made a difference.
Well, is it time, I think, to watch Ronin get humbled then? Because the Lightning give it back to them in a
Yes.
2v2. This is, I think this is the only um, game that I've actually seen. But yeah, this is pre-watched, everyone. So
Yeah.
again, we have PewQ on the Ronin side, but the rest, see some shuffle. So on Lightning, we've got L2D and Bubba the Dog, and then we've got Vorse up north. Now, this is actually interesting because I have pre-watched it. I don't want to start spoiling things or just talking about them before they happen, but I guess we'll just get started. Actually, no, we're not going to get started. We're going to drag it to the halt. Everyone, mandatory hydration break, posture check. I know you sick, gross weirdos out there. Yeah, that's right. We want you to stay healthy. Okay. Now we're gonna get started. Now this is really interesting, actually. LTD picks a workshop, as Imperia. Uh, no, the big thing we're
He
seeing,
doesn't take the Capital Explorer as a in a
yeah,
2v2.
well,
Wow.
Ronin took a capital of Hoodrick last game, and it seemed to go pretty well for them. So, uh, just bizarre. Anyways, the big thing that we're seeing right off the bat is two Imperiuses, two Imperia. Uh, but they've got a divergent opinion. One player says, I'm going to go Simanti. The other player says, I'm going to go Illyrion. This is a pretty. This matchup, I think, is something that we need to, actually break down a little bit. The thing about Illyrion is that they will lose to Simanti if they're just going about Polytar rushing. What Simanti does is they get
Yeah.
a Centipede. Now, about Centipedes, Centipede eat Polytar. You keep attacking their Centipede with more Polytars, they keep eating your Polytars, and then they also throw some boosted Hexapods in there, take care of your warriors and whatever else. Now they've got, if they have,
Yeah.
more than one Centipede, it just overruns the map, completely terrible. Illyrion still can win this matchup, though. What Illyrion needs to win this matchup is those godly sanctuary spots. They set up, the rider roads maybe a
Me,
little less efficiently than some other tribes, but they get the rider roads going. They don't give the easy kills to the
I
centipedes.
do I do think generally, if as soon as you know you're up against Samantha, you don't start spamming the polytarts, and I think it's actually close. It's a close matchup, or maybe favored even for Illyrion here. I think, especially in a vacuum in a 1v1. It's different in a team game, of course, where Ellie just in a 1v1, Ellie just tries to take it to the late game where they for the Illyrion, because normally in Smith you can't get Knights, which are a major late game tool. But yeah, I do think generally Illyrion has the better matchup.
Yo, Force. Force, what's up? What do you mean what you're watching is unprofessional? It's your gameplay. My
The
guy.
mic hit goes hard.
So, you got some crazy things. Illyrion, like we talked about, always setting up for the late game. Samanti, would love to see them poly spam. The map seems to be conspiring in favor of Illyrion. I just got to put it out there. Look at this. Again, not perfect
Yeah,
density. This village could be a little closer.
I mean,
But look at the sanctuaries.
I,
That's the big
I,
thing. Sanctuaries everywhere. That's
yeah.
financing
Well,
rider roads. And it's far enough away with huge gaps between these villages and the rest. Where's Samanti launching an attack
I
from
have,
that's going to solve it early game?
I do have a season game where that just makes this Illyrian spawn look like absolutely nothing. I think it's 40 stars per turn on turn 8. what I have in that spawn. It's actually bizarre. I think there's a natural level 6 sign spot that just had all the polytars there already right from the start. It didn't even need to grow. A couple level 5 ones. That was bizarre.
Vorse gets a workshop too,
Yeah,
which I can't understand.
another yeah, another workshop. It's insane.
Yeah, and I feel it's helpful. I'm going to point this out because it might cause confusion otherwise in the future. But I want to go ahead and explain this third warrior movement. Goes north. He's not committed right now. He can go ahead and support Mocha, or go do something else. Now, well, I'll finish this up real quick. He runs straight backwards into the corner, and if we just go to LTD's vision rate and turn replay fog on, we look at this move and we're like, "Ayo, that's pretty sus." Please consider,
Yeah,
please consider everyone. His teammate is a Lyrion who knows where all the ruins are. I heard some people talking about this in the VC I was in when I watched this the first time. Guys, this is Illyrion. One of the things is okay, if I, go to, Bubba's perspective, he has these little, shiny clouds. He knows where all of the ruins are, guys. All right, now that we've got that clear, can zoom back a little bit to Vorse. Now we go to Vorse's perspective, and we see something crazy. This city right here, it's got 5 farms. 10 population in farms, 2 in
oh,
fruits.
oh, almost a Call Me Susan levels of farms.
Not quite. Almost.
Very
Almost.
old reference. Like most people in chat won't understand that.
But yeah, right away, giant, straight off the bat. So, Vorse goes ahead, picks up farming. Gonna go ahead and crush that giant. Bubba picks up for yeah, did the double polytar to try to expand all the villages quickly. Ignored this village, especially for this one, where he explores a little further. 2, you get
Yeah,
forestry pre-capture. Standard stuff. Double fungi. Standard Cymanti. Organization. Yep. This is just all makes sense.
yeah,
And big thing is we're going to see, climbing here. Oh, do you got the mountains? He do have the mountains. And that's Lighthouse. But picking up climbing early on can lose you a lot of valuable early game tempo. And this is another big thing because looking at this sanctuary that comes up for the lightning side, uh, right here, it immediately gets, 3 stars per turn, and then it starts,
yeah,
snowballing into all the other sanctuaries. I use the 3 stars per turn here. I pick up another sanctuary like here. Gets me another 2 stars per turn.
yeah. That yeah.
Um,
The stars per turn grows to 4 stars.
yeah, some people automatically just, start start hurting when they see this. They're like, one, it's, capped at 3 stars per turn. This thing southeast, that's 4. And then it's also taking away a star per turn if you place east here. Guys, this is fine. Get your sanctuaries up quick. And LTD does go for climbing. And once we see climbing, see, oh my god, look at this. Are you seeing these mines? Are you seeing these metal rates?
Yeah,
Absolute nonsense. Just every single one of them. I mean, I guess I should say every relevant one of them. Uh, this one doesn't really have one, but that's all right.
yeah.
The big thing is, I'm looking at this.
And the mines in the the mines in the east corner also don't have mines, but they physically can't have mines
Yeah,
because they're not in the range of any city.
Vorus missing a single mine on Capital. Oh, I'm looking at this right now. And I'm saying which one of these cities is getting border growth and getting a trillion giants? But Smither is a long way off. Doing
Yeah.
a workshop right now. Doing the lightning thing, Uh, nice, slow economic stuff. Strategy and getting peace. We're just going ahead and we pick up turn 5 giant. And this giant,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what are its prospects? I'm trying to say this as if I haven't pre-watched. Um, is giant down? Like, can push it to, I don't know, like this city from Imperius. Pretty far away, but maybe back up with like Rider Road
Yeah.
support. Um,
Yeah. Probably
it's
first
tough.
just try to use it for the fight in the village and the run in the center. Those will be two pivotal fighting spots.
Yeah, you can just
Like
capture the
it's in the
city,
dead center. All four
grab
tribes
the
will be able
rune.
to reach it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like one of these three things, maybe. Just because it's so early, like you're gonna be the one who's gonna pick those up. Like you can try to steal this one, maybe. But I mean, yeah, the giant early is fantastic, of course, for the economy, but the map isn't really nice for it. I was gonna go ahead pick up his own climbing. Sees a couple of uh, ruins, and yeah, the question is,
Yeah. So first we had
is the ruin worth it? Just picked up strategy, hoping exactly for the diplomacy ruin.
yeah.
Picks up strategy,
That's
gets a
probably one of the
population
luckiest
ruin,
ruins you can have.
then gets a diplomacy ruin out of just buying strategy that turn. And coincidentally, who is right next to them, who they have been planning this meeting for the entire time. Absolutely wild
Hmm.
stuff. So now he's got diplomacy. He's meeting his partner, and we have to clarify one of the rules. So the same way that we have, a little ban on embassies in 3v3 games. Embassies were again a little too centralizing, a little too luck dependent. You've got your 2v2 games with your capitals that spawn like right next to each other, touching borders on one side, and on the other, the capitals like over here and over here. Um, the one side of like the turn 3 embassies set up and that income boost. Maybe they got, maybe it's a little too
It's
strong.
fine.
Maybe a little too luck dependent. In efforts to mitigate that,
Yeah.
maybe a little complicated. Whole series of debates about it. Join the league if you want to get involved. Whatever else. Big thing is, for this game, Imperius cannot send an embassy to Illyrian yet. They have to wait until the start of turn 7 to send an embassy. So that's, if you get the
Yeah.
diplomacy route, you can't just uh absolutely like snowball in like kooky ways that make no sense. But Pikachu is going to go ahead and pick up diplomacy as well off of that strategy from earlier. While Ronin Vorse goes ahead and picks up nice riders. And let's go ahead and look at these ruins again. Absolutely nonsense. We get a star ruin on this side and a population ruin over here. So let's
Yeah.
review
They're
the
just so
4
massive.
lightning ruins again. So you got what?
Yeah.
Population, diplomacy, stars, and population.
Yeah.
So
In
yeah,
diplomacy, that's basically a 30-star in ruin.
very nice explorer.
Yeah.
And it's just I'm going to go upgrade all my cities right now. And again, remember the
Yeah. With all
big
the
game
stars.
concept because everything is specific. Like some things are, good like in general. Like you like getting, population and star ruins. But how does it play out specifically for this game? Well, again, Lyron's big problem, like when you get a map like this where your teammate is over here, your goal is to not be stepping on their toes. You don't want to start expanding like I'm gonna push and capture this city. Your time is much better spent. Those valuable tempi, much better spent fighting your opponent. You're going to fight the opponent who's closest to you. You're not going to go all the way across the map to try to build up an attack. It's going to be too weak by the time it gets there. Attack your opponent who's close to you. Partner, they attack their opponent who's close to them. So you get these things with adjacent spawns between teams, and it's basically it plays out as like an interlocking series of 1v1s. Illyrion's going to be fighting Cymanti, Imperius is fighting Imperius. So for Illyrion specifically here, fighting Cymanti, everything we talked about, what do they want to do? They want to have a nice, really solid late game with great sanctuaries, have fantastic, phenomenal road setups. And what do they have? Well, the cities are close enough together that they've got like level 3 sanctuary, level 4 sanctuary here, like level 3 sanctuary, like get to level 5, some border growth, upgrade some of these sanctuaries further.
Yeah.
Fantastic interlocking sanctuaries. And now it's turn 6, and the big problem that they have in, picking up other techs besides forestry for eco, like org, already gone. They just got all the stars they needed. And their partner's going to send them an
Yeah.
embassy next. They're going to have all the stars in the world. Everything is going perfectly for how you want Illyrion to take this kind of thing. And, I mean, big play here. Gotta go ahead and here right now. I say, no, you
Yeah.
cannot.
Step off Ruin because they figure there's no way we hold it anyways.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that I should mention, I feel, this right over here, this warrior. Like OTG does, I'm trying not
Yeah.
to spoil it, but the man does some crazy stuff this game. He's afforded a lot of crazy stuff, but he does some crazy stuff. Star trade there, and embassy to end the turn. 16 stars per turn, right
Yeah.
away. He's going ahead doing the same project of picking up some explorers to get some stars. Dodging the lighthouse. I mean, if we go ahead and turn some fog back on, skillfully dodging that
Oh,
lighthouse.
that's yeah. It's Explorer's got a knack for that. Just always going just around and not getting it.
Then sets up the embassy, and right away, the warrior extends a little too far, lets the rider just bounce straight onto this village. So Vorse has a. I mean, the big thing for both players is we're not seeing bazaars pop up anywhere. Like you had like 5 villages for Semanti after this one, 5 villages for Vorse. You know, perfectly all right, but that monument does do a lot. Help out, incentivize. Picking up roads and everything. And it's going to be useful in playing catch up here to the
Yeah.
Imperious players already got the roads set up. And yeah, I mean the big question is like, what is this giant doing? Yeah. So it comes out turn 5. He walks east. He walks south. Maybe he's going after this ruin. Would have been nice, probably even just go after this village. But
Yeah.
so far, like he's been there, and we're terrified of giants. But like, what's the boy accomplished? And the reason I keep highlighting the giant like that, in the way I do, by the way, Border Grove, we see where that level 4 forward spot is going, straight to the capital. The reason I keep bringing this
And
up is
also,
because,
a lot of
yeah,
jobs to get the spots going. I
mm-hmm,
think
mm-hmm,
FTD just chopped like 4 tiles in this capital.
yeah. Going back to version 51, we're going bald with this one.
Yeah.
But the big reason I keep bringing this up is because we went farming here, and what we're going to see, like I think I can just spoil this now. Uh, these two double embassies set up. Cymanti embassy here, no embassy back, and that's killer. Like 4 stars
Yeah.
per turn for both of those players. Lost. And it's, lost for a good reason, different strategy going for this giant, but the giant's got to, do something to, prove its value, kind of. PewQ, I mean, PewQ
Here
would,
come the hexapods.
like, love, love, love to, just get a centipede. But, the resource is just not there for it. I mean, it could go into climbing and mining, but why go climbing and mining when you can go riding and
Forestry does it
roads?
too. Forestry.
Yeah.
I mean, forestry does the job too. You get
Yeah.
one, you get a second one with a monument.
Mr. Blueberry Cheesecake, that is another uh, Samantha Illyrian Imp game. It's a little risky here. The giant's right there. Like, oh, you're gonna put a unit on it, and not next to my giant, right? But Bubba's actually been able to, with a combination of, how everything worked out in the game. Look at this number of polytars. The giant is scared.
Yeah.
Now, I might argue that it's still worthwhile. Uh, Go ahead, step on this. Try to, force something to happen. Like, you might lose the giant here, but Samantha goes ahead, teams up with all of their units. Someone actually captures the city.
Yep.
Or from earlier, because
Yeah. If
Samantha
you,
has
you
diplomacy, of course, strategy, push out a Keton on here. Some combination of units
yeah,
makes something
Patsy's really
happen.
strong there.
We're gonna go ahead and see a nice explorer from LTD. Goes deep into Vorce's territory. And this defender from years back, inconvenient. Like, you don't want to kill this. Like, use all of your units. Awkward like road plays around there to go after this, but it's tricky. That dude's threatening a siege. So yeah, we're gonna see forestry. We're going to see roads. Uh, should be picking up a turn 10 centipede for sure.
And there's some Cretons as well.
Yep.
Just trying to hold the front against those riders so they don't get to the hexapods.
Whew. Yeah, that explorer
That's
goes all the way to that east lighthouse. Doesn't dodge this time.
yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing road
The
set up
first
with horse.
explorer that does actually get a lighthouse this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, second giant. Like at the same time, like Bubba's getting the first egg here, but like look at these sanctuary spots. Like I mean, just look at the
Yeah.
income Bubba has. Like 36 stars per turn. Like compared to anyone else, it's just ludicrously high. And we see a nice rider like road play. Like it's this siege, and you kind of like
Yeah, and it's
moment where
like I
you're looking at this and
remember
you're like, oh, ah,
I remember because I obviously talk a lot with LTD. He's one of my best friends in this community. Um, and he was like pretty confident that this siege would hold, and if it didn't hold, he was feeling quite scary. It was feeling quite scary for Lightning if they would be able to turn it into a winning endgame because they are down 2 cities here.
yeah. This is like, I mean, absolutely wild. Like 5 cities here, 5 cities here, 10 cities Ronin side, 4 cities Lightning side. But Lightning has all the activity in the world. Like the Cymantia units here feel a little bit disjointed, and they're not really particularly well equipped to deal with rider roads. This is well known. Um,
Yeah,
Turn over our attention over here. City layouts, pretty tough. You're going to see giant after giant, and a well-developed rider roads network here. The Imperius, not so much. And the big thing for
exactly.
late game is still, well, at least what I'm going to harp on, like choose to focus on, still that lack of embassy. We have forestry, no roads. Just going to go forestry centipede right away. It doesn't rule out the possibility of roads in the future. And I mean, pretty nice map spot here. I like this as a road spot too.
Yeah,
Connects all those cities, single road. But it is what it
border
is.
growth.
Yeah, and this is our big thing. Um, change to diplomacy, of course. Border growth used to be nice, shuts down wide roads. You cannot place roads on any of these tiles. More difficult to reach me. I've got ketons too. They're going to poison you a ton. This is Simante's, defensive counterplay to rider roads. This guy's got diplomacy, or at least he's going diplomacy. This makes you vulnerable to
I
those
think what we
two.
were seeing a lot in season, I think it's season 15 was when it was most prevalent, where we had the Cementi IMO Diplo Rush metas, where it's, I think like generally the playstyle was you rush Diplo, you skip some villages for it, and then so you're down cities and you're against rider roads as Cementi, but you just push out Chitons to claim space, and then you bring in the boosted clogs that swoop around and turn a couple cities back over again. That's like the prevalent playstyle we had a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, and this is, gotta give props where props are due. Goes ahead, does that, and now we can actually reach with the 4 units necessary to unsiege here. A couple of roads
Yeah,
unblocks that north tile, and it's unsieged. Now, still, a good trade because how advanced all of these other units are behind that defender. Not to mention the,
yeah,
like 2 stars, I guess, that were sieged there. But it didn't kill it that
yeah.
turn, but it's
Um,
ensured it was
I mean, more
within high enough
importantly,
margins.
forcing out
He's
the
just going to
roads in
get.
it.
Oh, it's within tight enough margins that LTU is going to siege and siege and siege and siege and pick up the lion's share of those kill trades.
Yeah, there's the next tag.
It is taking away its boost. You're not stepping on that village yet. I will kill you on my own time. Border growth. So we've got all 4 of these mines. We have Smithery. We have level 4 forge spot. If PQ wants to make some things happen, feels kind of weird. I guess it's not really a safe place to bring it back. This might as well be level forcing in this area, sandwiched between all these other units. But, kind of kicks LTD out and then
Yeah, well,
says, stay out, gets a wall there. Uh, Trying to
yeah,
lock
yeah. He
down,
says, "I want no more of those sieges."
yeah, trying to lock it down. A lot at the cost of, some units. Like, would have loved to, train a bunch of riders that turn. Goes for this wall immediately instead. Um, and my big thing is, like, still about this giant. He came out turn 5, he walked 3 tiles, and he's just been standing there.
I mean, he went back and forth between the tile that's one west of it at the moment.
That's true. Now on turn 11, uh, with all the income in the world says, I'm going to give my little buddy a boost. Not that I need the income or anything, but this broke guy does. And just pushing through, just breaking through. Like, I don't think it. I don't think there was a plan that, yeah, they're going to kill the Keton, and then use this hex pod here to catapult like all the way through there. Like this was supposed to be like
Using the road
threatening.
that Imperius built.
Watch that again. It's kind of like at this point, how many riders do you have? Yeah, another
Yeah,
victory is like the the wall, not units. Oof, that's got a sting. OTD sees the wall and kind of laughs and says, "Okay, I'm just going to pick up a ton of giants." And he doesn't just mean one or two giants. He
also,
means a ton of giants.
also, yeah, get that level 4 forge spot. Look at markets maybe. Got the roads already. And
Oh,
also something to
absolutely.
note, Bubba has got the cloak last turn, and that's just the front, the southern Samantha city. It's got a border growth. It's gonna get a centipede. It's just such an easy and such a juicy target for the cloak.
Yeah. The just in general, any people at home playing their Cymanti games or playing against Cymanti more likely. Um, this is a really common thing. Cymanti players love their border growth. It keeps them safe from rider roads, obviously, like we talked about. So you get your cloaks, and then you start, going in, infiltrating them with cloak after cloak after cloak. If they're able to kill all your daggers, and all you're doing is giving their centipedes more segments and making their centipedes more difficult to kill every turn, you're not winning that. You've got to be able to back it up with some other stuff. And the big thing here, we're able to back it up with some other stuff, like cloaks and knights simultaneously. That's the ideal thing you got.
Yeah,
Or like some way kill the centipedes maybe, or make it so that they only have like a single one that your knight can like chain through maybe later. That's the ideal scenario, and later on it's in an ideal scenario. Like I'm gonna skip past. I'm sorry, Boris. I'm gonna skip past that turn. Just look at this. 42 stars per turn on
yeah,
4 cities. Like, uh, if he
yeah.
wanted
That's
to,
very cheap.
he can get a knight this turn. But yeah, Boris does some force, getting ready to uh, get a giant over on this city. And again, lacking some units is what it is. Taking these trades, not the trades that you love taking, but the Polytars don't really mind the damage that the Ketons do too much, and he off the poison a couple turns. You've got units, same as last game. With the with like PQ and Zabasi there, trading into all those Zali defenders. A-okay. And OTD, after it gets all the
Yeah,
giants, got all the income in the world, double embassy set up, and he says, "No, I want more income. I can do whatever I want." He's got diplomacy. He says, "You want to defend the city with a giant? Okay, I will just pin cloaks on it. You're lacking on units a little bit." He's been for a while, maybe even a little desperately, trying to force um this siege, not siege, but just capture the city, pick up
yeah.
those
But it's and it's
cities and.
worth it. There's just so many Polytars and riders in range every single turn.
Mm-hmm. We're seeing that giant spam. Oh, the techs are a little all over the place. Like a bunch of level 2, like mining and farming and forestry and roads. But yeah, definitely effective. Giant here, giant here, giant here. Going to be a giant here, going to be a giant here.
Yeah,
And yeah, and just sending a knight straight through, just start chipping away at the giant. John's been doing like some zone of control and whatever nonsense. But he's mostly just been standing there, walking back and forth between these two tiles. Now he's
yeah,
getting, dogged on. The centipede's a little far away. You've got the cloak set up to go ahead and infiltrate. Yeah, that Tag team on the
There's
giant.
no way for Semanti to get cloak. Yeah.
Just upgrading the cities and the markets. Some double duty there. Okay, smacked it once, didn't siege. Conserving the giant health, yeah. Another Borgro city. Trying to get his own cloaks going. Big difference is that,
I believe, by the way,
yeah.
the the reason they didn't siege was they were scared of a Houdini, a
Yep.
giant booth.
Yeah, some of the
There's
times
just there's a
a little
lot of
bit
units
racier
ready
than
to go.
others. I think, like, where did this giant come from? Imagining this giant instead of being pushed here, like, west. I'm wondering how, like, the Imperius reaches the south tile.
True.
But, yeah, scared of Houdini, so no siege, and doesn't really feel like there's, necessary, like, it's necessary to siege, like, okay, 52 stars per turn of the markets, 42 stars, and we check, what, 30 and 32. So,
Yeah.
down like a single city, way up. Not that, income's the be all end all, but uh, let's look at that, single city advantage, because the thing is, the Lightning players, since the beginning, with for some reason, or maybe I could point out, some four reasons, they've been the ones pushing. And the big thing about, being
Yeah.
the ones pushing, PG's got to like train Ketons here, no choice. Um, like Force is not going to train like a Rider or Archer on this city,
Yeah.
so lock those two cities down by the attack, and then suddenly they have 4 unit cities where they're like, more or less free to train whatever units they want on to these 4 cities. Same thing with Vorse.
Yeah.
And not even that, because can't even train nothing, as we saw a few turns ago, that one siege. But yeah, that's tactics. The thing I want to highlight about these
And that's
cloaks
an
that PG is
aggressive
going for,
counter. Yeah. That's an
uh,
aggressive movements on those hexapods, but that's just to get them out of the way so they don't give up a night a night chain from those hexapods right there.
yeah, like he's got cloaks, he's got knights, like this is ideal.
Yeah.
The only thing more you want is your eggs to become fire dragons, like start doing some attacks like that too. But that's just a matter of
Yeah.
time, not stars, which they are not limited by in the slightest. But I want to highlight with the cloaks is that
Yeah.
it's very asymmetrical. These cloaks coming in from Illyrion into this border Griff city are much stronger than the cloaks like attacking this city right here. What, like it's level 2, 3?
Level 3, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So that
another
only
big thing.
spawns 3 daggers.
3 daggers and like what archery, like 1 defense bonus. Like a rider hits it, then just gets chained through. A little more difficult here, especially because of the way that units have been being traded throughout the game. Uh, not the strongest, like you know, not as super like conservative, like keeping those units around. Like these hex pods get flung out here, and with good reason. Like don't want them to just die to night chains and like riders that like give up shaman or whatever. But the effect of
Yeah.
it is that like what is Simanti's game plan for like turning this into a win? Like and the cloaks are these cloaks are kind of puny. I mean, he like goes all the way around. Spends a few more turns and go to the capital. Definitely stronger. Um, even in that case, Illyrion has. Okay, let's pretend like this capital's up here even. Illyron's got better tools to deal with the job. It's
Yeah.
tough. Another border grove. And I see this and I'm like, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling safe there.
Yeah.
Big border grove
Yeah, their units are
stops
just
this
so far
road.
from the front line. They have a piece 3D, so yeah, it stops the road for Illyrian. Same principle on the east, just preventing the movement from Imperius.
I'm not just going to see like a cloak attack here. We're going to see a big cloak chain infiltration after infiltration. Yeah, we're going to see this get pushed. And safe for this side, I felt the zone of control from the centipede would have done it, but as it turns out, not quite enough. There's always another way.
Yeah.
Discovers this one
There
cloak
goes the
before it can
shaman.
do anything. And then LTD starts his own cloak attacks.
Does everything he can with the daggers and the blocking to prevent the Houdini. Tries to block every single resource he can.
And that's the game. Like there's not recovering here.
Yeah. Yeah. Ronin
This is like
resign.
your abstract strategic concepts. Like this is the ideal setup. Like this is what Illyrian wants to fight in a Cymanti. And then as you see it in action, it's like, oh my god, what was Cymanti supposed to do there? Uh, that was a tough game. Well played, well played.
The biggest mystery of this game still remains the turn 5 giant from Vorse. It just shuffled around but never did anything, and then it just died.
Well, it actually I thought it got like mind bent or something and turned blue. I thought that's what this guy was doing here.
Right. Let's see.
So are these or all of them? Because I'm not sure. Do we need another lightning game? Blah.
Apologies.
So I guess do you want to go for the Bandits game, or
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to watch another lightning game right away.
Yeah, no, makes sense, makes sense. Let's do the Bandits game. I also see for a silver game.
All right, state of the season. This doesn't feel right. That is a 324 dryland. This feels larger.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of blindingly
There's
white.
just it's just very strong density. Look at the
Now,
density. Like there's so many villages.
let's go check out. So we have on the one side both teams taking the Hoodrick and Barter core. I'm a big fan of this guy, this
Yeah,
setup.
seen it a
Forestry,
lot this
mathematics,
season.
archery stuff. Lower points, lower point shields. Maybe go to see. I mean, Barter's still very able to go like organization into embassies and such. Allowed on 2v2s. They just have a little time for the turn 7 rule. Do a little bit else, but you gotta remind me. So Dreamlander and Oompa, those are the bandit side, right?
Yeah, yeah. I can pull. Let's see. Can I pull the game up real
This
quick?
is the Dragons team.
Yeah,
The
that's.
Dragons
I think
bronze
Captain
team.
Irby. That's Caleb Cobb, I believe.
Yeah, what's the
Maybe
Dragons
it's
bronze team named?
that's Chameleons.
Ah, yeah, the Chameleons. So
Yeah. So this game is there's. Oh, it's decentralizing Caleb Cobb for Chameleons against Lil Step, aka Dreamlander, and Lucas, aka Oompa Loompa.
Yeah. So again, we get another setup for 2v2s where you have, the adjacent spawns instead of, opposite spawns of your teammate. But whereas last
Yeah,
time it was, pushing northeast, southeast, northwest, southeast, sorry, we're going to see northeast, southwest, and this little line. Again though, pretty similar because if you look at the 1v1s, very symmetrical. Barter against Barter, Hoodrick against Hoodrick. Last time it had 4 point v 4 point there on Visamanti, but still another symmetrical 2v2. Uh, maybe I should have, yapped over the opening turns because now I can't like really say anything about like, oh my
yeah.
goodness, workshop, a warrior. Oh whoa,
Oh god. We can count the
yeah.
villages real
Ooh.
quick. So there's
Yeah, misses this village up here.
one, two,
Goes for
three,
the ones
four,
that are
five,
further.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's one more village than on the previous map.
Yeah. But going straight into org, maybe hinting at ideas of diplomacy later on, or not trusting this village that they see here, who has two fruits and but a single animal.
Yeah,
They do well not to trust it.
yeah.
So yeah, the barter
There's more
and
organization.
yeah, it feels like more villages on this side, way more ruins over here, especially the barter. And
Yeah,
I mean, we all see how like with the last game how powerful ruins can be. So
for
we're gonna see
sure.
an explorer. Yeah, will it
And I
meet?
think in general
Yeah.
with the forestry to 3 stars, we've seen a lot more organization from barter. While when forestry was 2 stars, there was just one opening where you just I think it was triple warrior, and then on turn 3 you chop one and get a level 3, and then a workshop. Like that was the
Hmm.
opening that almost everyone played. Now there's a lot more variation.
And the big thing could have just set up easy siege here. Like shoot, they capture like the warrior comes in. But decides not to. I think it's
I mean, he doesn't
begging
have
them.
does he have the vision for that?
He does. Now the reason, good reason,
Yeah.
my opinion anyways, is going to say you can capture it, you can upgrade it for me. I use two archers, then siege you on the next turn anyways. I think this archer can get pushed a little to the west. This one can go closer towards the center too. So they're not really going into any, bad
Yeah.
want to go ordinarily or like happy. You just don't let your opponent know that you're out there, and they can use
Yeah,
the
like a
stars to
trap.
upgrade for you. Maybe they get an explorer, but um, yeah, they've upgraded the city for you. Yeah, it does meet them. Sees that's some pretty unusual movement around that village. Oh no, I'm getting sieged. So like a rider and then
Mm,
roads could have done something here,
yeah,
but oh yeah, perfect, exactly like we talked about.
yeah,
So board fight's heating up. It's Black Barter. Lots of cities to the back. Go ahead, goes for the star trade there. Nice aggressive roads play. This rune only ends up
yeah,
being an explorer. Yeah, and it feels like already um this team, the Black Barter, Purple Hoodrick. I like what they're doing.
yeah,
The
for
big
sure.
advantage that Barter
Just claiming a lot of
has,
space.
yeah, the ruins. They took this. Um, they've got enough villages for easy bazaar. They're going into roads.
Yeah,
Like we've got like three villages, and now they're even going to be in conflict, like fighting over this fourth village. Like Barter can grab this one, surely. But like four villages. I don't know. Like they've got like 8 cities between the two of them. Let's say. Let's count Barter. 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
5, 6, 7. 3, 4.
yeah,
Um, maybe like split like 6 and 5. But like yeah, both players. I mean, like Kind of a massacre on the board right now. But yeah, game's not over. We're just getting
Yeah,
started in turn 6. Yeah, and the ruin they take is stars. Turns it into, the
yeah,
early Rider
that's
Road stuff into mathematics as well. Well, yeah, these
yeah.
trees. So
Preparing the
you guys
embassy here.
definitely, yeah, definitely getting ready to embassies. Definitely conscious of that with the org play earlier. And as soon as they can establish an embassy, goes ahead, picks one up.
Yeah,
So
trying to see if they can
mathematics,
get back from this city deficit they'll fight themselves in.
yeah, trying to push for eco on one side versus eco with embassies on the other. And all of the, I mean, the big thing about diplomacy, you always got to keep in mind, everything that you're getting with it, with like mathematics, they can take away from you with, chaining cloaks onto your cities. The more you level them up, the more it hurts you. So definitely a lot of counterplay available to this side down here. Yeah, just spend some time doing some like nice calm upgrading, pushing for these cities. I know you don't have roads. I know you're never gonna get roads. But yeah, I got no action side there. Yeah, on the Chameleon side, that was the Seeds turn 7 setup versus double mathematics. Definitely a lot more
Yeah,
space on the that side. So yeah, how they're gonna fight back for it? It's kind of tough. Like
I mean,
they do have some income, after that
maybe.
diplomacy, but
I mean, like I think generally the game plan would be to get giant time to defend, and then get cloaks to counter the mathematics giants. Just try to swing back, but it's not easy. Like that embassy delay by 2 turns, that's absolutely massive compared to the turn 5 we it used to be. Because 2 turns make all the difference. That's 2 turns later on the embassy also means 2 turns later on the giants.
yeah,
Two
he's going
turns
after.
less of tempo, and that's a
Fucking
nice siege. Chops it, even though they could unsiege. Hoodrick could unsiege, or does Hoodrick not have the vision on it?
it picks up climbing regardless. So maybe a
No.
little bit of panic.
Yeah. He doesn't. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, we're like the coordination system. And we're seeing, classic Hoodrick stuff here. So all your archers and just overload them until you start like taking their
yeah.
cities.
Yeah. Overload a weak point. Okay.
Yeah, no, the rider's not the play there. That's tough. And I mean, the big thing is now,
Yeah.
like
This
all
is
of the,
the end.
counterplay we are talking about for barter, like, getting cloaks and everything else.
Yeah.
Where are the cloaks
Yeah.
coming
Just
from?
wait
What
a
city are they
little
trading
time.
on? Yeah, leads to early Chameleons resignation. I mean, pretty
I
solid.
think.
Uh,
Yeah.
well played Bandits, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. I think Mr. Iceby, he asked if he can ask for if he can choose a season game to review. So let's see if what he wants. Maybe we can do while we wait for him to respond. We can check out a silver game.
No, not Ronin versus Lightning again. Ooh, this is a plat game. Okay, people have been discussing this one. I'm curious. Well, hold on, I want to see. Yeah, so the thing is,
Which game is
um,
this?
with, season replays, I haven't watched this, but I know who submitted it and what team they're from. So I have a feeling I know who won. So on the one
Oh,
side,
I recognize this. This is
yeah, we
the
got
trap game.
this is a classic setup. Imo and Simanti.
Yeah.
We remember this one from our. embassy spamming, diplomacy rushing days. And yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
Tempest over here very glad about the turn 7 rules of how far split apart they are. But this is much more rare after the update with the 3-star roads. We're gonna see Yadak with a ton of fruit,
He does have
ton of
great
fruit.
density.
Yeah,
I mean, the ton of
doesn't
fruit
materialize into a
in
bizarre.
this current meta is not even that good. It's not even
Hmm.
that good because if you have a ton of fruit, there's little room for markets in the late game.
Yup. But yeah, we've got the
And
Wakao,
so
Mixu
that
New Metallica versus Cloud Glitter, and I did not recognize this in-game name to someone's name otherwise.
it's a Baron meter,
There you go, Baron Meter. That's my man to you. Yeah, keep going.
right? Oh, we saw a little glimpse there of how many farms are on that central city. Like that's 6 farms. Oh my.
Yeah, run to the back.
Like, look
It'd be
at
a
that.
little inconvenient going for the lighthouse like this, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, they don't
You'll
even
make
know
it
that
in
the
time.
rune's there.
Yeah, I mean, like, big thing. When you see the ruin with your shaman, the difference between, like, already it's far enough away that it's inconvenient. You walk a couple tiles out there, get the lighthouse, start working on your centipede. The resources here aren't great for it either, even with this. Like, just one short of centipede of lighthouse with, hunting and org even. Need something like forestry or roads or some nonsense. But already, kind of
Yeah.
inconvenient going for this. And like walking back so that you can boost again. Imagine adding a turn
Yeah,
stepping
so
on here,
that's
adding a turn capturing the ruin, adding a turn walking back. Like you're never seeing your capital again.
yeah.
Sometimes it is worth it though. But like as we're Polytopia players, we're gamblers, right? We understand this intuitively.
Yeah.
You know what the human brain does not understand intuitively is statistics and probability. That's why people will go to the roulette wheels and say like I'm due for 7. You're not due for anything. You're not due for like good results from the ruin. The ruin only has an expected value.
Yeah.
That's what you can play off of. It has a value of it can give you fishing or it can give you stars or population. Uh, and combine all those
Yeah.
results based on how probable each one of them are, and then how much you're willing to like risk it. Do some actuary stuff, figure it out. And the numbers say do not go for that ruin. There is a chance that it is the better play, that it gets you the population into your crazy blah blah blah. Than you. I I will do it because I'm a
Yeah.
gambler, not because it's a good idea.
Yeah. I think when you see the 2 fruit down there, you can't send the boosted warrior there easily because well, there's a forest
Yeah.
blocking it, so the boosted warrior would take like I mean the cementies, yeah. Yeah, so the forest blocks the path for the boosted warrior to go southwards. So you could just send your shaman there. You know that you spawned far back, so you have the space to send your shaman to a villager and then come back. I think that's probably what I would have done. And of course
Yeah,
I'm a lightning
crazy.
player, so I am trained in the mindset of aggressive shaman plays. Like that's the fucking the cat special, just running forward with your shaman and risking getting it killed.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe post bonus not so interested in that. This I'm kind of interested in. Like, we know there's a village here. I don't see it, but could have roaded straight
Yeah.
to it. Like, I was just waiting, like, oh, yeah, just road. Ah,
Yeah.
blocked off by the fog, anyways. Not quite. No, would have been fine. But yeah, running straight for the lighthouse. And some boost shenanigans. Just trying to meet each other. Yeah, this Imperious density is not. It's not it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even. opening up the path towards the lighthouse, but not going for it, getting ready to boost these units instead. This is exactly. I mean, I've got a video about this exactly over on my YouTube channel, where I detail a game, do the exact same thing. Not enough resources. That the lighthouse matters. Don't go after the lighthouse. But I do move my shaman over to open up the opportunity to do that, though. So I think this game, or at least those turns, took place before that, so can't claim credit. Although I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneaking out. That's why I want the shaman to be there, like able to boost, kick him off. A little too aggressive with the second hexpod though. Ends up getting siege. No problem.
I
Can
think
still kick
it's
Imperius off both those villages. Some
I
kerfuffle
think that's I
early.
think I saw him I think I saw Baron mentioning this. This is a purposeful trap because he knows now Imperius was on the village already, so he could have captured, but instead he went for the siege. And by doing the siege, he loses both the village and doesn't get the city.
He loses like the hexpod stars and the 1 star on the siege. But Simanti's fine on stars. Got the embassy boost.
Yeah, exactly.
And Yadak, they are at peace. Imperius did not send them an embassy turn 7 though. Much more focused on Rider Roads.
It definitely makes sense. It's just for generally fairly low econ tribe like Yadak, it's a tough path to go embassies quickly. You kill a lot of your rider roads momentum, which is usually where the trap shines.
Yeah, I was just wondering about Imperius not doing it. I was kind of interested to see this boost. It wasn't really necessary. I was thinking the Shaman might even move up. You know, better help boost like I don't know, units from there, but oh,
Yeah,
and there we go. Turn 8, the embassy's set up after the turn 7. So still one-sided embassies. The Adax player's gone pretty far, and they've gone pretty far and gotten
that's a
themselves a
bizarre
bazaar.
rhyming with Innofunni. That,
I don't go by
that
Anna
reveals all
Funny
of
anymore.
semantic.
I'm Dr.
Hold
Seuss. Okay,
on.
there we go. Just wanted to push it west a little
Yeah, they
bit.
realized the shaman.
Yeah, I didn't want to push
Yeah,
it
they
early.
realized the shaman was way too far back and just get it out. Yeah.
Yeah, light. Ooh, yeah, gets the lighthouse. Yeah, mountain. So yeah, obviously I have to point out that I mean this village is pretty hard to defend in the best of circumstances, but much harder after the veteran
Yeah.
swordsman comes out. It's pretty tricky.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, that's scary. He's just trying to keep his looks like he's just trying to keep the warrior alive.
In the
Whoa,
Stanley
doesn't go
push,
after the warrior.
when he couldn't reach it, the Santee was
Yeah.
on the tile that he. Yeah, the Santee was on the tile where the Hexer would have had to hit from.
So yeah, we're
But
gonna
yeah,
see.
having a Santee right next to the city you just captured is not a very nice view.
Especially if this, knife placement, like it can take some hits. Not too many, but some. And then the 2 segments after, eats again. Take a few more.
Yeah.
And he's got his friend on the way. Go ahead and like seeing pretty aggressive stuff, but yeah, no, that would be to die. All these riders and such. I
Yeah.
gotta pay attention to what Cloud's doing, like Mindbender shenanigans he's
Oh
engaging
yeah,
in
that's
up here. Yeah, I mean, what like I see two functions like some healing probably, but you know trap for giants that step on there.
Yeah, I think mostly the healing would be.
Like some riders go
Yeah,
to
it's both the
DCA
healing
and
and
pull
just
back.
like signaling you can't attack the city.
Yeah, my midders feel pretty weak too. Well set up rider roads. Go ahead and convert this rider if you want. Yeah,
Yeah,
hold
and
on.
4 HP damage
So now with forestry and
and those 6
farming,
farms.
just picking up giants everywhere.
Yeah, there's
And
gonna be so many of them.
yeah, pause it for a second, take stock of the position. 4 cities here, 4 cities here, 5 cities, 5 cities. Now, both, what? Oh, no, double embassy set up for the some anti-IMO side, for the Tempest side, versus single embassy.
Yeah,
Yadak not
just
returning the favor.
one-sided. Yeah,
Yeah, the big thing is that Imperius,
really
with,
little man.
yeah, a small guy, still got a level 1 city. This is like a
Yeah,
thing, because sometimes, your
yeah, and a lot
Imperius
of level
resources is
twos.
terrible. So the Addict's going crazy. Like, out where they pull the stars from to get forestry, and farming, and this number of roads, and this number of riders. I mean, probably
Yeah,
from not getting diplomacy.
yeah, not getting diplomacy, but still getting all the meats and getting the embassy from his teammate, and just getting a lot of upgrades in. That also helps.
Yeah, like right now, the Woku side is doing all the pushing. Being more aggressive and everything. But they're also the side that in theory, like it benefits more just by having being up on the city count from like later, more protracted game. But yeah, they want to get some active counterplay. They want to shut down the Ketons. Kind of interesting to see them go after the kill when it still has the defense bonus. I wasn't expecting that, but what they say, it is what
It
it
doesn't
is.
really change the interaction.
Yeah, not too much, but I don't see why give them anything when you don't have to. Yeah, border growth. So giants on
Yeah,
these
fair.
cities bend. They're getting aggressive with the centipedes now.
Yeah,
Yep,
held
because
back a
it
bit,
sets up chain
and
for
now they're
the.
striking again. Ah, yeah. There go all the units,
I
and the
mean,
siege
fair
will
enough
hold.
to the players like in the game who probably didn't have vision on the night. I have no fog on and did not pay attention to them trading the night last turn. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
that's the when you've got that number of riders, and that's what your play is for. That's what you're weak against. And what does it continue? I guess it does. What does it? I was sure that that's a resign there. I'm looking at it. I'm like, they're not bots. So
Yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, they are able to unsiege.
I mean, okay, yeah, that does
Centipede comes back,
on siege, yeah.
and he's like, I've got a
But
ton of
there's just another
giants.
right,
Still
kind of
play for
coming
the
in
late
soon.
game. Yeah, this this is tough. This is again big weakness. Not able to pick up like giants, higher level cities or whatever. They don't need all stars to add at those embassies. Like some came back, but not all of them did.
Yeah.
And saying, please, Yadak, unsiege me again.
I think this is a resign. Or not yet.
I mean, like, this is
Oh yeah, yeah, I
almost.
can siege is that.
Is Yadak unsiege this? mean, it's kind of tough with
No,
the giants and the
no.
riders. Like you capture and you, what are the chances your centipede lives? You're right. Yeah. But you just keep pushing in. Like you got the momentum, you just go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was. I mean, it is
yeah. There's just
big central night chain, but I'm gonna skim through the rest of it.
yeah. Big central night chain gives
Yeah,
just
this
gives
border hopefully gets
Semanti the
everything.
momentum to
It's a Cymanti cloak. Wait,
cloak
hey
stacking.
yo,
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
Semanti cloak that
boosted cloak.
hit. Yeah,
Yeah, you
careful
can
of the half
boost them.
map.
Takes 1, 2, 3, like 2 turns reach. Imperius gets a better
Surprisingly,
setup, but I mean the big thing is what went from Yadak, Imperius playing for the game. Uh, Cymanti made something happen, and now look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4 versus 3. So IMO out here, and then another 2 cities here. They've got all the advantages for late game stuff, and they're just chaining cloaks too.
yeah,
So if I keep
yeah,
skimming,
and it's only a matter of time before IMO gets another night chain and all those riders and knights that Yadak has.
yeah, and I'm not seeing a future where these knights do a lot of damage to
That's
Cymanti
5
with
centipedes. Oh my.
yeah, ketons and stuff coming out. Maybe we get to turn 19. No, yeah, that was a nice game. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the game a ton. Oh, it's Aquarion. Whoops. I exposed myself on stream.
Sneak peek. All right. So there's the ISP game. I DM'd it to you. Who requested that previous game? Was it Cloud?
No one.
Oh, you just thought it was funny.
I hadn't seen it. It was the first plat game I saw and posted the replays.
Ah, nice.
Okay, this is so every single game we've replayed so far involved some team in the Ronin house. And I'm getting sick of it.
Okay, so this is the last one.
Ice P, this guy, and Vorse. Oh, they're all Ronin. Everyone. Ugh.
Yeah, it's Waku
So
versus
at A,
Ronin.
B, B, A, B, A. So Ice P, Asava, Lucky Man versus
Yeah, the
Azure
Russian crew,
Horse.
what they call them, I think.
Yeah. So we got the one Cymanti red and the green. Okay, Cymanti, red, green. And turn on some shared fog. Um,
Oh yeah, you
you know what I
see that
see?
Ali is dead. Um, yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
maybe he can grab this city first, but everything I said about Cymanti, dealing with Illyria early game. So it looks like we might be
yeah,
seeing a 3v2 in short order. I don't know how detailed I'm going to get with this one because I mean that first game we spent like over an hour on. I might do a little more skimming
yeah,
around. So yeah, some usual
yeah,
exploration. They meet, some polytars come out. Tactics. What? Yeah. Send up with a siege, like force their hand there. You can unsiege, but go ahead and pick up this village. Ooh,
yeah.
decides not to.
It's very
Decides not
smartly
one
done by
siege. Yeah.
Waco, I think, to just let Sebastian and Maji focus on the south already, and just that Semanti can deal with Larian, so just let them do their thing.
Hmm. I want to look at this, Samantha 1v1 like this. I mean, it's not really a 1v1 because the Zavasi comes in. Capture here, so
Oh,
easy
that
siege, but
yeah. Okay, so Sebastian does help out a bit.
Zavasi comes in,
Yeah,
and then so we do that, and I'll scroll
Larian is
back
gone.
a little earlier. Yeah, I mean that's what I was looking at early on, and that's what ended up happening. So good play from both sides, but yeah, like this is not. You're not going to beat two players, against like you're not gonna beat
Yeah.
Zabasi and Simanti like this. Oh, there's something over here too. Like yeah, Sicilian could have pushed for the village here, but yeah, no, the Zabasi would have killed them there. So yeah, these guys are spending more of their time focused on here. I mean, I feel like after that, like those. I mean, like turn zero, seeing how isolated and completely surrounded by enemy tribes is like Trinity too. Not that there's no compensation down here, but it's kind of hard to compensate a full player. I mean, maybe it's not the strongest player because of after everything that happens here in killing them, a couple of cities, but
Yeah.
it is still full player in that space. So the big thing is we're trying to get still no giants. Just trying to get Rider Road set up, and ooh, like very
Look at the
aggressive
that
stuff.
yellow emoji. They just
Yeah,
skipped. They just
level one
skipped org.
cities.
They just went road. Got the
Yeah,
bazaar.
yeah. With the bazaar, I'm
Mm,
imagining we see like a giant sometime soon. Like yeah, org now,
yeah.
org to giant.
That's very.
What
It's
is
very interesting how you see the red emoji just cutting horizontally across the map.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to like set up for an explorer. Yeah, explorer straight here. Yeah, meeting starts from that Zabasi. Ooh, Zabasi doing some capitalization even.
Yeah. Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense. Otherwise, he has no access.
yeah, nice sensible plays. Gets able to set up that really bizarre and then monuments. I mean, very fortunate. Village density, of course. And dry islands can be cruel and unforgiving sometimes, but when you've got the 6 villages, you can just skip org. Do plays like that. I gotta turn. I can't keep snapping back and forth between everything.
Yeah.
So it's pretty tough, but
Either
not.
Samantha or Maji will have to pick up strategy, I think. Otherwise, you just have to attack through your teammate while being zone of control. That's just not very efficient.
Yeah, in like 7 Cs for this Zabasi versus like this Yamashi. Veteran swordsman, like problems, not like immediately. And the big thing is that everything that this Omaji has, maybe a little bit taken from this Zabasi player. Not too strong. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, like some interesting plays for sure, but big thing is
Yeah, you can just see how this team rolls. Yeah.
skipped
Yeah,
a
Samantha does
lot
eat one of the
forward.
emoji cities. Yeah, other red emoji just gets completely devoured. Like they have one city in the center and then two in the east. That's a very,
This is an odd setup,
very
yeah. But yeah, the
yeah.
Simanti sets up. Um, Zabasi just spamming giants. Amaji spamming giants. Yeah, I mean it's really like at this point it's kind of like this Simanti versus this Zabasi. Like yeah, I guess I can say that the Ronin side made them work for their dinner, but I'm still not seeing the way in which this turns into a Ronin victory. Unbearably slow. Yeah, the centipedes start coming in with a cloak.
Okay, all the Sabasi.
Yeah,
And all the Sabasi giants just lining up around Umaji, taking a city there from them.
it took a second, but the conversion
Fantastic.
happened. Ooh, yep. There we go.
Yeah, oh, that's juicy. That's so juicy.
Okay, all your units are gone. Yeah, smack and promote, surely. Yeah, you're getting sieged here. You're not breaking this siege. You're not breaking the siege. Yeah. Might break this siege, but not for long. I'm wondering why there's still
Yeah.
play after this. Like
I mean, I guess
they
they
played
just
in the
really
last
played till the
city,
end,
I
or is it?
guess.
No, no, no. No, I think they resigned sooner, but they
Yeah,
just played it out, I guess. Hmm, I'm not
maybe.
sure.
Saw
No,
this in
they
the game.
yeah,
Nope,
they did
he's still
resign.
in the
Yeah,
game. He didn't resign.
oh,
He did not resign
oh,
until
weird,
he
weird.
was like in this position at least,
Even though his
or
teammate did resign.
unless he was just destroyed.
Yeah,
But yeah, well played. Well, cow side, of course.
yeah, for sure.
Capitalizing on
Yeah, that's like I think
yeah,
that's
just
the
recognizing the
that's a
situation,
that's an
being able to
exit.
get the early kill.
I mean,
That was, of course, a nice knight shot at the
that's
end.
the thing for this game. It's the three Woku players that's they are not so so people saw this game. Oh, there's so high players versus three Ronin players. This is match fixing. What the hell is this? And then the Woku guys just dominate.
Yeah, for sure.
It's,
Season replays. Let's
okay, let's
see.
see if I can get
I'm
another.
going to find a replay that does not involve any
Yeah.
Ronin team.
I have played.
Axolotls with
I have
bandits, I
played
don't
first
care.
Wyverns.
So heavy Thundercats, I don't care. So heavy Jets. Oh my, Jets v Rain Clouds, and Pugs was the one who posted it. Wait, okay,
I
I'm
think.
gonna look at Jets one real quick. We're going to see that,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
cutting edge strategy coming out of. Okay, guys. Too many replays. Someone load. Boop, 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 boop. Come on, come on, come on, come on. So 3v3 again. Oh, this is pretty interesting setup. I would really love if one side of the game was on this side of the map and the other was all over here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the points and Leon versus Simanti, it's
Yeah.
not the case, but just
Yeah.
would that be wonderful? At least, just one game even. So we got Panita Mill, Pugs, and Hawk Owl versus Wonderstone 2, Shape Bubble, and oh man,
I have no idea who that
Sake
is.
Bara. Okay,
Let's see.
wait. Illyrion, pink, and brown. Ooh, so we got the East versus West thing going on though. Again, big
Yeah.
problem.
Right.
This is the matchup that we're talking about. Illyrion versus Simanti.
Yeah.
And again,
It's the
the
pattern of
Illyrion,
the day.
he's a whereas before he was going to, I mean, yeah, the Illyrion, just like the last game, a little better, but without any of the kind of Sakura that you might want, help out from the teammates. Semantic player doesn't really have, lock onto a lot of villages though. Like, you got this, you can like invade your Namaji's territory there. Like, your shaman isn't going to pick this up. Like, it's
Yeah.
really hard to say that. I mean, it looks like Leon gets these two cities, Semantic gets these two. No lighthouses, of course. Not that kind of game. Tough with the resources.
Yeah.
Maybe not the early centipede. So not as bad that they're fighting early on, but it is still going to be difficult for them, before rider roads are getting set up. If they're trying to like set up sanctuaries, whatever, like poly spamming into like boosted hex pods. So I'm expecting a lot of boosted hex pods over here. Um, oh right, who else? Yeah, no. So this Yadak all alone, which that's what he wants. Maybe he'd wanted the villages to be a little closer and actually pick up upgrades of roads, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
And that's some pretty terrible.
Oh, whoa,
Like,
whoa! Never mind what I said about the bad resources. That's just because I didn't see the fungi. Yeah,
yeah.
triple fungi. Or okay, so he is gonna steal this city from Zonomaji. Walk back towards it. Uh, yeah, you got triple fungi. Just get org, get your centipedes, like eat them alive. Like yeah, no warriors, just rush those fungi. Uh, this is the thing. You get the triple fungi. Like this is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
You're well respected member of society for doing this because you get this upgrade. You got 10 stars. What is that? That's org and this other fungi. Like you have all your fungi upgrading on turn 3. That means on turn 5 you get your centipede. Like go for it. Skip the warrior initially.
I think Cementi misplayed there because he didn't take Orc before capturing and then
Yeah.
just made the warrior.
As long as he gets his turn 5 centipede, all the same in my opinion.
True.
Iron's pushing far. I'm sure that they're trying to pick up forestry eventually. Like at least looking at it.
And looks like Ellie can get to 5 cities here.
Yeah, so this Hoodrick is having an unfortunate start. And I'll be honest, I was looking at, Amaji's prospects for just killing them, but I don't think they'll do that because they are on the same team. If they weren't on the same team, great for Tempest, but I guess this is a Rain Clouds game. Straight into, setting up the sanctuaries, loves the eco. You got the stars. You got the stars. Yep, right away. And yeah, the warriors are, very helpful, of course, for creating some space. You don't want your centipede getting smacked around. Boosted centipede don't even kill a defense boosted polytar. You need the your warrior to go ahead soften it up maybe.
Yeah.
So this fight's going on, and these guys, I mean, yeah, the big thing is like these Majis are like tucked into the corners. What's this Amaji doing? I don't know. What's this Amaji doing? I don't know. You want to get like the peace treaties, like you'd love peace treaties embassies, but again, for UV treaties, no peace treaties. But the peace treaties,
I mean,
regardless,
the peace trade is,
start putting the roads through. Like you buying,
yeah,
shields for
yeah,
that?
just trying to,
It goes right ahead and says, "Oh, oh no, they did get the turn 5 centipede." Yeah, and then straight into riding, and yeah, okay. Now this boosted
yeah, you
centipede
can
ready
see
to
the,
eat you alive here. Ready to spam hexapods. It's tough. It really is.
great carnage.
Now we watched the one game where it went right for the Illyrion side against Cymanti, and I think you've seen a ton of games since then where we ended up with this kind of thing. Cymanti
Yeah.
absolutely
And it's
destroying.
interesting. Also, something interesting here is that the Umaji in the opposite corners, they have to go through this very narrow corridor in the center to find any offensive measure.
Yeah, until like
They're just stuck echoing.
like Frederick's gonna get the like a peace tree, like Oregon shields, send him a peace tree and start laying down roads for them or
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, yeah, no, it's yeah, it's a 2v2. It feels like we have two battles: Hoodrick versus Yadak, Cymanti versus Illyrion. Obviously, of course, the Amajis are going to factor in later on, but for right now, uh, that's more or less what's going on. And I'm not feeling good if I'm the Illyrion player with like a bunch of level 1 cities against the boosted
Yeah.
hexapods and boosted centipedes here. And the Hoodrick player did have a little trouble, getting their footing. Fortunately for them, the Yadak player, wasn't really able to upgrade with roads. Things are looking kind of nasty for them. Archers are great for those early game interactions, so something to play for here. But if they if they have like two things where it's like one okay front, and then over here where like I'm terrified playing Lyrion here.
Yeah.
I'm telling my team we should go back in time and pick Cymanti. But it is what it is. So yeah, trying to go for riders,
I did look, by the way. Aseka Barra, that's Keep It Simple, who is, I think, was a no, like a rookie last season, and now is in his second season. But it's big difference with his two teammates, who are of course veterans, have been here since like at least season 8, Wander and Shaped.
Mm-hmm. Skip forward a little bit. The big thing is like riders over here, trying to get some active counterplay. You cannot push your archers up to me. You cannot overload me. I can retreat out of range of you,
Yeah.
make your archers useless. So yeah, trying to set up the rider roads. Okay, crazy pop ruin. I don't know how necessary that was, but yeah, gonna go ahead and pick up forestry. Forestry for centipede here and here. And now we get the
Yeah, that was funny.
yeah, start pushing in everywhere. What do you do about this segment? You're just gonna let the centipede just keep
And there's
doing
the
more stuff?
Polycharn. Yeah. Yeah, the centipede doesn't need to take the village because there's other centipedes coming behind it that will do that for him.
And the more you advance, the more I just go ahead and pick up some units. It's like pushing ketons in to, force some exchanges. Uh,
Yeah.
Less direct, but gets the job done. And that's in the solid ruin for pugs. Question is, when is this giant getting into the game? Lofar. The other
I
Omaji,
gotta pick up roads to get something going with it, maybe.
yeah, no, they got roads. Yeah, double giant, very solid. This is gonna take a while for
Yeah.
them to get in the game. These riders over here, much more active. Not as worried about the, their own state, like what they're doing in the game. It's much more about like I mean this I think this rider play is just more team focused. Like what does my team need? Like they need, units like now. Um Not that I think not a, I mean both players get farming, a little more fortunate maybe with the pop rune or whatever else. But definitely more riders on the one side. Yeah, no, the centipede does just Vamoosh. He's gone. So maybe a little too
Yeah.
aggressive there, but
Nice.
not too worried when.
Some nice collaboration between Omaji and Valerian for that one.
hmm So we get these centipedes, and not quite enough to chop, but we are going to see, 8 stars in, get another centipede out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's. Hold on. Okay, he gets a star rune after the pop rune. Hey, Pugs, you watching? Um, is this like the Tempest secrets, like how Cloud can like go to those season channels and say, "I'm gonna get a pop rune in 2 turns." Perfected the calculator. No jokes, all jokes.
Of
But yeah, I mean the Serengeti.
course. No one would ever accuse anyone of cheating.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't.
True.
Uh, certainly. Certainly not on a public live stream like this. That'd just be well unprofessional.
I don't think we reviewed that game yet, SGH. I,
Yes, I was trying to avoid some lightning games, then we ended up with only a bunch of Ronin games. But lightning versus Arctic
yeah.
Wolves is definitely up next.
Well, the game he mentions is a game that's still ongoing.
Oh
That's a
well,
3v3. It's not over yet.
Well, that's I don't think we're gonna review that one then. No. Well,
No,
unless there are
maybe
any Arctic
maybe
Wolves
in a
members
month's
in the
time or
chat
so
who
do
want me
another one of
to.
those. I mean, yeah, fair. It's like I discussed this. I think I messaged about it. It's shaping up to be a great game. It's like currently on. Let's see. It's currently on turn. My Wi-Fi wants to work. Turn 16 or so, I think.
Samantha Omaji team up. Feels like it's a little stronger.
It's turn
Wait, what?
17. That art. Yeah.
What?
They set up. Oh, that's a massive setup. She's gonna go straight through Illyrian.
Yeah, the chain. Why not just wait? I don't feel that was necessary to like not kill that, but yeah, this team up, uh, they did it. Well, they lost Centipede earlier on, but like they picked it up, and I mean this is what we were, you know, kind of expecting from, these early. Like the thing is, late game, Illyrian crushes, like we saw. Early game, this happens with
Yeah,
the
but
roll of the
Illyrian never
dice.
got the time.
It's the spot.
Yeah, yeah. Because of all the pressure quickly, Illyrian never got to set up a proper economy. They just were constantly having to defend.
And similar to that last game, where the one player, kind of vanishes. Like the Illyrian vanishes here, uh, and then
Yeah,
as we continue, like gameplay continues for a while, but like we know
yeah,
who won this game. So yeah,
yeah. It's
congratulations to
Jets.
Jets. Congratulations to Simanti,
Yeah,
my
you can
king.
just see one. Yeah, once Illyrian is taken out, there's just I think 2/3 of the map, 2/3 of the cities go to the Jets, and then Rain Clowns just don't stand a chance in the late game setup.
Oh, this is a nice break from Drylands. It felt like every single game we had was on Drylands. But we've got a nice
I mean,
package coming
it
up.
has been Drylands every single game.
Yeah, and we've got no Ronin again. We do have another Viking game, with
Finally,
teaming up with Ice Inferno.
I mean, he's just,
There's this one
the
guy who
Viking
looks
was
a
in
lot
six
like
games this
Icy
season.
Inferno here, but a different guy, different guy. And we've got Mysolampe and Call Me Season if you like. Spawn loss review. Okay, players from both teams getting very upset about this game. Apparently someone submit this for game of the season, so I haven't watched it.
Yeah, Eastbrook did.
Oh,
Eastbrook submitted it, and then both me and Arthur went like, "This is not the best game there is this season."
so you have the blue. So we've got the north side here versus the south side. So let's skip for the opening turns. They all get warriors and workshops. It's kind of crazy. Oh my gosh, a bunch of riders. Except for this, well, this north side Tsubasi doesn't feel so strong. Yeah, I'm looking at the, city count just by turn 6, where they all like naturally ended up. It's not feeling so great. I'll hit play. See what,
Yeah,
yeah, kick him off the ruin. Solid, makes sense, good. Ooh, roads to kick him off the ruin there too. Yeah, just don't let him get anything. Okay, going for, nice construction plays. Had a lot of stars, doesn't have a lot of stars anymore. I mean, that's the nature of things, I guess. Yeah, teaming up to kick him off that village. Fortunately blocked there, so pretty vulnerable. Okay, had a nasty pop cap on the capital, gets rid of it with a real quick
perfectly
diplomacy.
timed population building.
Yeah, okay. So population that, really nice embassy there. How many Susan also going for? I'm not sure. But yeah, picking up the easy kill when available. Nice peace treaty. Wait, I didn't even hold up. Woo! Wait, what happened here? Is it, okay. And I mean, we know you start, the 5x5 year vision. It's like construction giant. Solid, makes sense. If these, yeah, had to. So you get you've got these stars with this. You can use the windmill, like push, make giant. That's kind of crazy though. But yeah, I mean they pick these siege when they can. Push. Makes me like, yeah, no villages to push to. Like already, like this one's so far away. It's not really part of the game. They get their own giants up going. I guess it's a question of like this Imperius here versus this Imperius here. And in both cases, it's just like I see 4 villages, this Imperius, and 3 here. So I understand what you guys are talking about. And again, it's
But
like the same ideas that we've been seeing in the other game. I feel like embassies a little late, they just pick up the nice markets. Tough. That's tough. I mean, the big thing is
yeah,
oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, there's some engineering that went on here. Yeah, into the water. You gotta explain the into the water one to me. I can't even understand that. I
my
mean, if you're
internet
right
is
here
kind
right
of
now,
dying.
you gotta tell me about
It's
this. It was like for the giant, like the population. I skipped the cloak reveal. Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that going into the water was for the giant.
Okay. And then like there's already this crazy chain here, but no knight to take advantage of it yet. I want to see what like engineering they did. Like I guess I gotta turn on fog. Like this is yeah. You see a rider here. What does Viking see? What does Viking see? No vision on the knight. Oh wow. That's
Yeah,
not good.
I mean they did play. I think they did consider playing around it. They tried to play around it, but just
It's just not space on
I'm not
Pangea.
sure what happened. I think they yeah, just trying to get far back. I guess. It's 2, 3, 4,
So it's just like
5,
a
6,
giant
7. I
push
guess just not.
and then makes it.
Yeah, just not taking the giant push into account or something. Yeah, rookie mistake. SMH my head.
Yeah, no, that's tough. I mean, I guess it's nice to see Pangea, but like obviously everyone obviously a lot of like very nice plays. It just the tactics ended up spiraling out that opening into favoring uh the one side of the
Yeah,
nice cities like giant markets. We see the one side with these markets here, which go crazy and go burr, and the side with these markets which definitively do not go burr.
yeah.
Right.
Tough times.
Review the other Arctic wolves. DM me the link. DM the link to me. All right, Plague versus Wyverns. We got Justini. Oh my God, the famous YouTuber. He plays. He plays. He
I'm
plays Polytopia.
looking at Light here. He's a friend of mine.
So another Drylands game. But this is. Hold on. How low is the point threshold for Kiku on Drylands?
I think it's 2. Maybe it's
I mean, yeah, it's still a turn 0
2.
tribe. If like the forestry nerf, I don't think its resources are, good or consistent enough.
I mean,
But it's 2, so
yeah, it's 2 points. Yeah, so it's kind of like Luxador, but just slightly better. I
yeah.
don't see why you'd pick it over Umaji though. I mean, they
They
have
already have
both
it on
Umaji
Umaji. Yeah.
and
Well,
Kiku. And then,
wait. Hold on.
yeah, okay,
We
then
got
it does
uh
kind of make sense.
orange, green, green. Okay, so we have the one side. Turn on
I mean,
shared file real quick. So
I
the
just
wyvern
think,
side,
I just think
this
Ali just dominates.
yeah.
Yeah, well, there's
So
Ali Yard from Plague. Like Ali +1 is just better than Zeb +2/+2.
so we've got this Amaji, this Kiku, this Zabasi versus Amaji at center. Probably like beat everyone out on expansion over here. The Illyrion and the Yadak. Now the Yadak, he's not feeling so great, hemmed in everywhere. Same for this Amaji, not feeling too great. So these guys are gonna 1v1. We're going to see who wins. In these close quarters, I put my money on Amaji being a little stronger. But I think the big things like this is pretty strong. I want to skip through the opening turns. Yeah, so they don't give too much damage here. So the Yadak already has a pretty good chance of just winning this 1v1 off of the. And I guess I might go back with a spotlight on this because it happens when I turn 3. How does Yadak end up being in that position? Well, first they are they move before the other Maji. That's important to note. So does he just go straight for the villager on the ruin? Yeah. So they don't keep in contact early on, and he gets this. He gets to
Yeah,
attack him, and that's a benefit of being the first person to move. Imagine this position here, except the rider has just moved here right now and smacks him, or better yet,
yeah,
the warrior's here. The rider comes up, smacks, and walks away. Yadok is not getting this village. It's only here with
yeah.
the one rider so far
Yeah.
away as it is, and Yadok going first that we end up like this. But in either case, the Yadok gets the stronger start, sure, I'd say. Um, and play continues. So
Yeah, you
this
see
game,
Plague popping like the Polytars just trying to rush down the Zabasi, prevent him from expanding, while their own Umaji just dips into this northwest side where there's no people.
yeah, the Omaji is maybe doing a little too much if he's trying to take space from the Zabasi and fighting this Kiku over here. Plus, not great start just with where the villages are located. But
True.
yeah, the Plague does have the Omaji spawn is still strong for them. So definitely stronger than here. And big thing I'm saying again in these 3v3s, you're going to find the one person who's weakest, and you kill them. Uh, that's the strats. Like it's like the 2v2s as we've been talking about, way more symmetrical. Like a series of like interlocking 1v1s more than anything.
Yeah.
These like way more wild and
Yeah.
chaotic.
Well, unless yeah. Well, of course, if you get cross bonds, 2v2s get a lot more interesting. That's why I love cross bonds. Just make it so much
Yep.
less strategically straightforward.
Yeah, absolutely. An explorer. He's definitely going after expansion because that's I mean this number of cities. It's tough. No stars.
Yeah.
Maj got roads now, so they've got
Look
the
at
big mobility
I
advantage.
think I think you see the yellow Umaji rider that goes east. I think he's just gonna try to pick up some meat stars so he can get
Yep.
his expansion going a bit faster, and then maybe try to sandwich in on the Sabasi from the other side.
I'm seeing like a single road up here, like siege this city, kick him off the ruin. Making it like a warrior was necessary over here in Chaz.
Yeah, true.
Some tactics. Things happen. Yeah, city wall. Ooh. Yeah, you don't see that too often. No siege. Okay. I
Even
wonder if. Oh
is
well.
that trying to? I don't understand why. I can't see why you wouldn't siege there.
I had vision on it for sure.
Yeah, now you just get dominated by more units.
The veteran swordsman over on the corner of the map. He's desperately trying to get vision on Omaji, some stars. They're not killing that rider. They're letting it happen. Yeah, Leron's been,
Yeah,
widely
here come the
successful
big blows.
in keeping him off. Yeah, and Yadak is winning this game at the start over here. What
Yeah,
do you think? I was,
takes the capital.
yeah, like predicting earlier, like stronger Omaji. They're all right, but they're not doing all that great either. You just don't have a ton of villages.
Also, I think Kiku has just been playing way too passively. I think Kiku should have been putting a lot more pressure on Umaji from the start.
Yeah, definitely feels like they could have been anyways. And after claiming this ruin, like you get a defender just try to
On
survive
the
a little
coffin
longer
for
for
the
your
green
teammates,
Umaji.
but that's crazy. Like veteran swordsman there. There's veteran swordsman that kick your response with, especially with the roads here, pretty solid. Like go after Omaji a little bit more impactfully. The other big fight, still the Illyrion and Zabasi over here. This giant, pretty scary. But that's the point where you, yeah, one, pick up your archers, and two, just start polytar spamming because they will run out of giants, and your sanctuaries will give you more polytars.
Yeah, there goes the siege.
I should set this to auto. The killer monument to giant there.
And
You're gonna take a couple turns,
you
but
see the
one
archer
giant.
getting picked up by Illyrian.
Let's see, what about the
They're then just gonna mass units to try to kill the giants.
Yeah, like they just need to get rid of both these giants. So,
Yeah, it gets a polytar, very smart.
and not like interested in calculating like margins of error here, like least number. Maybe it was like necessary to like suicide both those immediately. It was like yes, just a couple polytars in order.
Yeah, I
But it keeps sub off that village. And yeah, these roads are going to push the giants straight into Kiku. And when Yadak starts going to Kiku, like you got the Amaji pretty good, the Illyria win this 1v1 here, and then
yeah.
yeah. So it really
Yeah, Kiku
was.
has just been playing so passively.
I mean, it feels like it's mostly was dependent on like this matchup right down here. Maybe if
Yeah.
they did more to fight Amaji, actually kill them. Yeah,
I mean,
solid job.
good job by Illyrian too, to
Yeah,
just hold the Sabasi out of the game, make sure Umaji had time to
yeah,
fight Kiku and expand.
set that up later on very well. Good job, Plague.
Yeah.
Okay, I was told to review the other Arctic Wolves Lightning 2v2.
Okay, so I think Arthur wanted to see a game.
Yeah, he did DM me the link. There we go. What a guy. He came through. So another 2v2. And let's see, are we going to finally get... Now, one, this is nice because it's Archipelago. No more drylands. Two, are we going to get cross spawns? Call me Susan. TR. TR over here. And call me Susan over here. We've done it. So a 2v2 with like a
This
that's
this
it.
is some
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
a
cross
Goliath
spawns.
game.
This is a live game. Yeah, what?
Mhm.
That's
That's great.
crazy. But yeah, one, not drylands. Two, the spawns are across from each other. Generally, you'll see where's Polaris. They're limited by the points that they have in the league and such. So tough for them to.
Yeah, this was a
Oh,
4 point game.
yeah, they don't have enough points for Polaris. Yeah, it is not a live game. Good. So already, whoa, what is this jacked spawn that TR has? That's kind of crazy. Stone
And
population
meanwhile,
maybe with
Aquarium just
Aquarion.
has 2 cities. Yeah,
Yeah. The Illyrion
and like
spawn,
the
you know,
water
not
access
great.
from IMO Capital is sad.
So it's Aquarion over here versus Illyrion over here. Uh, tribe divergence. You're going after that ruin with this Polytar, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
kind of curious to see how, because this is the new Aquarion, right? Oh, I can go ahead and check this out.
No, this is still the V105. There's no
Yep.
bubbles yet.
Yeah, no bubbles.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so
this
yes,
is
it is
2 point
the old one.
Aquarium.
It's a lot cheaper. Population ruin, that's okay. Pretty good start there. Here gets fishing. He's not gonna get these villages for a while, of course. He needs the ports and like the ugly facing backwards ports if he wants to pick them up quickly.
Hmm.
I'm wondering how I've seen like a lot of people talk about IMO continents recently and such, but I haven't seen a lot of IMO love for IMO on Archipelago for a while, at least since the new naval and the removal of custom houses.
I mean, I'm still a big fan of IMO because generally, if unlike this game, generally you get connections. So then by turn 7, you pretty much always have a giant with just fishing and hunting or something.
I gotta go back in time to applaud that explorer. Wow.
That oh wow,
I mean, it ends
holy
right on the
shit!
lighthouse, so very interesting. I'm sure it's not the vision that Komisis like would have wanted, but
I
there we
mean, he
go.
could have taken another explorer from the northern city.
Yeah. And that's the, ugly backwards facing port, but it was a very forced backwards facing port. He was gonna
Yeah,
go ahead and pick up those cities. Yeah, the early game water combat still not feeling great about going up against a bunch of really cheap amphibians in my rafts and whatever, like my 5-star rammers. Where's the stars for it? But I'm sure he'll find them. Ooh, free spirit.
And that's two ruins, and they gave free spirit and climbing. That's just terrible luck.
This is a Bubbleless Aquarion. This is still with the bad tridents, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they any good now then?
Just not that it's so old that, they were the, good tridents.
Yeah, okay.
Where does Explorer go? And he meets Viking. Almost meets Call Me. Does he have vision on Call Me? No. Almost.
And
Soon.
Kami can, yeah, he can just put a raft out to give the meat.
Yeah, no, we are on auto. Waterways and almost really solid, but like, yeah, this one just a little too out of line. Just gonna bring it back in a little bit. I'm actually watching this and I'm realizing I have no clue who wins. I have a suspicion, but
Who do you think?
Arctic Wolves. Well, I mean, it is the Arctic Wolves members who are, asking me to review it more.
Requesting this. Yeah.
And I'm looking at, TR's like start compared to like
Yeah, that's a
Vikings,
pretty
but
strong start. Yeah.
um not to say that like, the caliber of these players wouldn't be able to like, turn games around in their favor, but they're all pretty good at the game.
True. Yeah, it's really a bunch of giants of the game in here.
So yeah, Calm's gonna be the one. Yeah, so this is very common where if the regular 2v2, I mean just because of how it works out, like if you spawn in one corner, which you will, your opponent will spawn in another corner. Two-thirds of the time they're going to spawn adjacent to you, one-third opposite. So
Yeah.
most of the time you got the adjacent spawns, works out like that. On the rarer occasion you get this, more strategically, you got to decide some things. And one of the common things is you borrow that 3v3 approach of I am going to kill the one player and then play a 2v1 against the other remaining person. I'm kind of seeing that here. TR doesn't really have to push into the Aquarion, doesn't really want to. It's kind of tough to push into the Aquarion anyways.
Yeah, and
And they're not
he
that
can just
great
put his
late game.
warriors on mountains to hold them back. Yeah.
Yep. He can defend here. They're not all that great late game. You know who does get way better late game? Who they can double team. So right away, sending all their ships,
I
uh,
know.
yeah, going after Viking.
Yeah, and it's also a very common naval technique to just always injure the raft, so there's no point promoting them, and you just never get a fighting force.
Mm-hmm.
Both the aggressive ports that I has. Ali does it in the east, and I does it in the west. And fight just never gets a navy going here.
So if I'm in the lightning position, Quirion in the southern IMO, like Aquarion's got to, get active and like turn this into something, like steal this city somehow. Uh, it looks like, I'm seeing plans of like kind of doing both, like going after this city, getting a siege there, and going after this city, or at least, picking up trades that are favorable, like if the warrior walks northeast to try to just to defend. So creating problems so that they can't just go ahead and kill Viking, no issue. And they're having a pretty good time just going after all of Vikings rafts like that. But yeah, there's a siege set up here. Uh, I don't see a way to, like that they can make it unbreakable though. And if I'm LTD, I don't want to lose it like that. And Viking, for his part, working on getting his own giant, and not concerned about the siege because it's not going to hold. Just trying to go after. Looks like a star trade here. Um, go
Yeah,
after the units that are causing so many problems. Whoever's got the units on the water. That's the thing about water units. Uh, I'm a kind of big fan of Aquarion for this. It's hard for you to get your units into the water. It takes time. And if they can just shoot at you and do damage that
yeah,
you can't do anything about, like you can't get your units into the water to like counteract them. It's tough. It's tough.
yeah.
So going after those units, trying to get Viking back into the game a little more. Ooh, and it does get the lighthouse in the very last one. You're going to see like one forest, get some dragon eggs, turn 11 maybe. But yeah, these ships,
I
these
mean, he doesn't
scouts.
have forestry yet.
Oh no, forestry, bummer. Yeah, TR's over here is Grand Bazaar, like Navy doing stuff.
Yeah,
He's before Viking, he gets his own giant like that, getting ready for. I mean, just eco stuff. Another giant over here, possible too.
yeah, yeah. Shooting at some units.
This is how you like. This is just suppressive. Like you don't let them do anything.
Yeah,
He goes in the mine and gets the giant. Tries to get a juggernaut. Establish himself on the water. Even if it dies and doesn't do the best damage trades. All right, I'll pause there. But even if this giant like goes into a juggernaut and just gets like shot by all the ships, whatever else, uh, he's at least shooting your juggernaut and not your other ships. You can finally establish your navy.
yeah,
Still not great because TR is still going to be
exactly.
pumping out his own units, but you've got more than nothing. Here we go, game changer, the jelly,
And there's a jelly.
absolute. I mean, it's just a. I'm not going to talk about why we love the jellies so much, but it feels it does feel like it's a little case of too little, too late. Especially seeing this siege here. It feels like
Yeah,
they were like their strategy was to keep
yeah,
Viking
that's
out of the game,
unbreakable.
and they did it. They achieved it. And jellies are great units, but they're not the best against ranged like scouts, which are being absolutely spammed over here. And they're also not going to win you a 1v2, especially from like 4 low level
Yeah,
cities,
sure.
like no crabs. And like all your units are going into these
Yeah, you
jellies
can.
now too. Yeah, egg with that next
How
port.
much? How much do jellies cost again? Like 10?
8 stars, 8 stars.
Oh, okay.
And there we go. Yeah, it's just getting like no damage.
Yeah,
Uh,
they just die.
Like double Grand Bazaars on these sides. Yeah, and that's going to wrap up. That was it was a pretty quick game. It was ultimately it
Yeah,
just feels like
I think what I
the one I'm out here is a little
yeah,
stronger.
the aquarium pack just didn't. The aquarium pick didn't really pay off. I mean, I think it was like part a misplay because both LTD and Viking didn't have a lot of experience with it. So they went for quick aggression and then gambled on two ruins, and the two ruins just turned out to be useless. So they had no momentum to stop Viking from getting overrun.
Yeah. So I think we have time. Let's do one more replay and then
Yeah,
call it a stream.
we haven't done we haven't done a silver game yet, so maybe do that one as last one.
We did that Rain Clouds versus Jets game.
Oh,
Are you talking
true,
about it? Are you talking about a
true, true,
specific
true.
silver game?
No, no, you're right. We did do a silver game. Then I guess, yeah, then I guess we have covered something from every league. I
I see
honestly
like
don't
some
mind whichever
teams.
game we cover.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find some teams that we haven't seen before. Okay, lightning, 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 lightning.
So we haven't
Ravens and
seen a
Flames.
wildfire game yet.
Yeah, I see Flames games. I'm not seeing
Can we-
Wildfire
Maybe
ones. I'm gonna
yeah,
end
wildfire
it
just didn't upload them.
with this one. It's Ravens
Yeah.
against Flames, and it crashed
All
Polytopia.
right.
That's crazy. Doom, 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 doom. Uh, should I play like put on some Kevin MacLeod?
Nice. Okay.
That's not his name, but oh well. I'm gonna signal that I'm in on the joke when the joke is that in me saying that I am the joke.
Uh-huh.
Team, where is my team? There we go. All right, we're so back. Final game. Maybe it was like Polytopia was
Don't
even,
forget to stream it to me.
violent. Oh right, it crashed for you as well.
Yeah.
So maybe it was my Polytopia violently reacting to this game. Oh, I know this game. Yeah, DJ Salad's in it. So we've got on the flame side Hafwampa and Jack Jackadg.
Jack Aagje.
What?
Jack Aagje.
Okay.
He's Dutch.
I don't think so. I hope not. But yeah, DJ Salad and
Jack
Cyprian.
Aagje? I know he's Dutch.
I'm just saying, like, bro, I speak fucking English. Whoa, I didn't say that. Hold on. I speak wait. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, that never happened.
Stream over, stream over. Okay, guys, see you next time. All right. We got West versus East. The West have fallen. The fallen.
A very
Um,
ghosty spawns.
yeah, this is lakes, isn't it? Yeah, this is something you'd only see in wow, these lakes.
I mean, I would be quite surprised if this was Drylands.
I mean, we haven't seen a lake season game yet, so
Yeah, true.
doing the full
That's a
thing.
good closure, yeah.
It's Sun on Borders
Yeah, we
perspective.
did like 5 Drylands games and then just went across the other couple maps.
It's pretty solid sink spots. I mean, it's got the lakes thing where you can put the sanctuary there, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, whereas in the Drylands 2v2s, it's a suggestion to do a couple of 1v1s. Here it's like a command. Like it's gonna be Barter and Illyrion, Zabasi,
Yeah.
Zabasi.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just no way for the Barter to reach Sabasi and no way for the Sabasi to reach Alerion or vice versa.
Yeah. A little vulnerable for the rider, and I'm wondering if we're gonna see like a a Rose pickup would be pretty crazy into Siege. Um, I don't know if they have the stars for that on turn 5 with this number of units, but yeah, no, yeah,
Yes.
no roads, no roads. You just salad going in for the quick roads. Yeah, pick up that village.
During the
Do
village.
a little more expansion. Not the most aggressive play, but yeah, they're both looking at about 3 villages. Except going straight into 4 for Afwampa.
I mean, a massive thing here is just
Massive?
the backland where there's just 3 more villages sitting. I
Yeah.
mean, no, not massive, but it's like for a late game, it would be. Yeah, no, for now it's not. Yeah, massive is a bit
At
of
the
an
same
exaggeration. Yeah.
the same time as this bossing everyone's going on, maybe turn our attention over here a little bit. Been kind of neglecting this. And we're seeing, some sanctuaries.
Yeah.
Third, I'm sure is going to
I
pop up
think
this turn right there. Yeah.
nice poly push. Yeah, nice poly push play to just knock him off the village there. The
Yeah.
ruin. Sorry.
And they're both going into the water. And I feel, yeah, there's definitely more water access for on the Illyrion side here. And if we see, I mean, the big thing is, there is still, possibility of like, knights going for the land into the capital here, but it's going to be pretty difficult to, get a plan
That's
like
a
that
lot of
going.
roads.
Yeah, pretty difficult. So,
And you need a lot of roads to negate the
yeah,
forests.
with the caveat, it is possible. I think what we're going to see is, same ideas as in that earlier game, trying to get that suppressive fire, don't let them get established on the water. I'm pretty sure we're going to see, I mean, DJ Salad, these absolutely beautiful looking windmill spots. It's going to take some time, and maybe not as much time after that star trade from Barter there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lyrion's got fantastic little setup for themselves. And they're actually the ones pushing for these
Yeah.
villages in their way back corner. Ooh, another explorer.
Ooh.
Does a little backwards movement at the end there.
Yeah, just doing a little dance.
Yeah, allowing that siege there. I was sure I was going to see like just a couple warriors pop up. But not the worst siege in the world, I guess. But yeah, right there, we get the first construction giant.
Like it's a rider in that raft, so it's just one polytar hit that on sieges.
Yeah. And a little prophylaxis here, getting the wall right away. Worried about the giant, and probably, more accurately, we should say giants that we're going to be seeing pop up. Yeah, not going after the siege, not worried about it. Maybe a little
Sure.
bait because they don't want them to get established on the water like this. The big thing I'm seeing for the barter player though is that where are the other units that are going to be filling these ports? Like they get their one raft, they do some damage, they shoot a
Yeah.
couple times. Where are the other
Maybe they're
units?
trying to save up for giant. I think
Yeah.
that's a common mistake I see a lot with intermediate players that they so not necessarily beginners, but intermediate players they'll just skip units to get their giant in a at a moment where they can skip units for that giant.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just fall behind too much by skipping those units.
And he's doing
Well,
fantastic
Barter
job
just
here right
really has
now.
low economy. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
really saving for giants. He just has low economy and is forced to make scouts.
Yeah, I mean, imagine like the thing like this is the difference between like having sanctuaries and not having sanctuaries too. Like you don't have enough to get a couple of scouts
This is
like two stars for the
yeah.
warrior, five for the scouts every turn.
Also something really cool here is that because the sanctuaries in the north and in the middle were placed on on following turns, every turn there's a new polytar generated on the forest between them. So every turn they can push a polytar and immediately enter it into the water.
Yeah,
It's a very
and
nice little mechanic.
yeah, absolutely. Ooh, border growth. It's a little more expensive, but all the same, I guess. Yes, I mean, it's got some kind of
Yeah,
just got me asking, like why? Because it did cost five more stars for that giant. And I'm not seeing.
I think it's the market spot. There's a level 8 market spot that they're getting. They wouldn't have with the border growth.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, then that sets up the cap siege.
Ooh, that's getting a bit.
And How
Oh,
are you
nice.
unsieging this?
You aren't. There's no way.
And this is like I'm rushing my giant, but then like I lose my capital because I don't have any units.
Yeah.
So on the other side of the map, DJ Salad's still going. He's got the two giants surrounding this city. I'm sure he wants to attack like I mean if it's still a warrior there, rider and then siege of this giant. Do not give them that concern spot. I mean the big thing is in these two separate 1v1s, there's a clear and obvious winner over here. And this is why it's important to be
Mm.
as fast as possible when you're playing. It's a team game, and even if you feel like you're in a winning position, you gotta be able to convert it quickly. Otherwise, your teammate
Yeah.
falters a little bit, and suddenly you're winning position, and you're quote unquote 1v1 all over. Oh, he starts attacking it. Yeah, he's gonna take that city before Illyrion does. Yep, keep that nice spot away from him. And he just wants to, yep, exactly, trade right there. He's got a really good.
Sebastian eating his teammate, of course.
Yeah, Lyrion might eat his own Zabasi as well. But yeah, after this city capture, um, doesn't feel like an if it goes through, but a when it goes through. Should be a Grand
Yeah.
Bazaar for the Zabasi, for DJ anyways. But yeah, and it's still not feeling like it's enough.
Oh, they get the giant there and then get the monument to use the monument to push them
Yeah.
off.
So they whipped him off. No Houdini though. No Houdini. Yeah, and suddenly everything. I mean, it still wasn't looking like it was going to be enough, but all the plans for turning something around, like construction giant over here, like gone. Um, it's not too terrible because they're surrounding the giant, of their own. Big
Mm.
problem is, I mean, look at this. Uh, just the sheer number of units. That's enough to just kill that giant outright. And that's the kind of thing you can afford to do when you
Wait,
got positions like this.
Sebastian didn't take the city they were sieging. Huh? Can you go back to the
Yeah,
barter turn? Oh, Sebastian just moved out.
yeah,
Huh?
bizarre. No bizarre. How bizarre.
Why did Sebastian move out there?
That's a good question.
Eh?
I can't really explain it, but well, play goes on for quite a while, but still relegated to those two
Mhm.
cities
Yeah. And he just eats his
until
own city and
beats
just
them to submission with knights and dragons. Oh, he beats his own teammate into
yeah.
submission first. Wow. Okay. There we go.
Nice.
That's the state of the season
That's
address. That's what we're looking at. The matchups,
that's
Samantha
gotta
Illyrion.
that's gotta be a fun game to play for the Flame side. Like playing that Illyrian and just killing the barter using dragons.
Yeah, well,
All right.
everyone, thank you for joining us. This has been the state of the season
Yeah.
address.